in go mode, go. Yeah, I'm in go mode, go mode.
Good times. What's up, guys?
We've been recording this whole time.
Yes, we have, and we back at it. Episode 28 of the OSA Out of Shape podcast. We here once again for another dope episode. This episode again brought to you by Culture Capsule, sponsored by Don's LLC. We got the squad here, -1. Just DQ is under the weather. You know, the mud butt has attacked once again, but the rest of us gonna hold it down.
It's devastating to this podcast.
Yes, mud butt been fucking us up. So POP hold it down. So POP, I'm legally blind. But this is episode 28. Now, Drew, how you say that in Spanish, bro?
28.
28.
Very good. Very good.
Drew, always keeping us up to date with the Spanish. These other two idiots is useless. All right, but let's go around.
For him to fuck up. Like, when he fucks up, I'll step back in, but...
Once we get out the 20s, we're going to see how it goes. Let's see if Drew really official. But before we get into the... You official, Drew? You got this shit?
I'm not official till... I'm official till like 100. Damn shaky.
Right.
Damn shaky.
Okay. All right, well, 100 we be at season 2 or 3 or some shit like that, so you ain't got to get that high. All right, but before we get into the shit, got to go around and introduce the squad with the navy blue OSA shirt. If you want yours, hit us up in the DM. Our host with the most, give it up for Eddie for a child.
Here.
My nigga Enrique Ricardo.
Enrique, now still rapping, and it's perfect for today. Johnny 5.
What's that you got on there, John? What's that?
My championship shirt finally came in.
Yeah, that was like 6 months ago. Get over it.
He finally did what I said.
I want to get the shirt.
He went to one of the local bodegas, took the graphic. Everybody eyeing Nike on for him.
Word.
I see you, John. All right, next up, we got always repping Don's LLC cap on, OSA shirt on today. Give it up for K Jet.
Yo.
Drew, he repping today. No other shirt, just the OSA shirt. Everybody official. Tissue today. Drew with the great T, OSA T. Give it up for Mr. Drew.
What's up, everybody? What's up?
Last but not least, me. Mom call me Devin, so you can call me Devin. Let's get into the shit. In case you missed it, and we kick it off with what, guys? Always.
Well, until it's over. Which
until it's over.
Soon.
Right now, as of now, we kick it off with COVID in sports. Now, it's not much to talk about, which is a good thing. It's becoming almost a norm, so it's like, ain't really much news to it because it's like it's just what we live with. But if it is news, we can discuss the Wisconsin QB, who is now sitting out 21 days because it seems like college seems to be the most affected right now in regards to.
Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why.
I mean, because they all back. They all playing. They all doing them and shit. They bugging out. You got the kids all back. Everybody
they
just
in the dorm.
They in the dorms, like living college life. And we know how crazy college can get. So, but in regards to the craziness in college, but this is sports. The quarterback from Wisconsin sitting out 21 days because he has contracted COVID and chlamydia. No, I'm just stopping.
Oh, the double C.
But it's college, so if he probably took something for that already. But he's sitting out 21 days due to COVID, and then you got a Southern Miss interim coach Scotty Walden. He's also out with dealing with COVID. So the COVID. I mean, it ain't much news anymore. So anyway, we got that in COVID and sports. That's about it. I go around and ask y'all questions in regards to it, but it is what it is. Like it's life, and they obviously don't give a fuck. College sports. So what more?
Why should we?
Yeah. Why?
And it's getting kind of played out, right? So it's like it kind of sucks that, like, you know, I mean, since we've started this podcast, obviously we started it within COVID time. So it's like,
Yeah.
it was fun in the beginning, and, now it's like just getting annoying at this point. And it's just like, we're here to talk about sports, and we want people to be happy when they listen. They don't want to hear about the negatives. But it's good that for the last couple of weeks, every time we talk about it, it's nothing crazy. Obviously the NFL had their scare, the MLB had their scare, but things seem to be going pretty good so far, except unless your name is Cam Newton. We'll get to that a little later.
Get to that, but that's COVID and sports. Next up, we got MLB recap. Now, we're living in the MLB times right now. It's Game 6 as we speak, correct?
Yep. Yeah. Tampa is up 1-0 currently.
1-0. Now it's what, 3-2 Dodgers?
Yeah. Dodgers lead the series 3-2.
Now what's dope is, and we discussed this in our bag of the trash before, Kershaw has been playing great. He said, I see he just recently set a record or some shit, most strikeouts in the postseason. He just beat somebody. I just saw this shit the other day. So he has the most strikeouts in postseason history. So he's doing something right.
That's cool, but sorry, John, I didn't mean to take your line, but again, game 1, he did what he had to do. Obviously, he had the 12 strikeouts, but this last game, I think he did end up having 8 strikeouts, but he was pulled in the 5th inning. And again, you can have all the all-time strikeout record in the postseason, but if he ultimately comes out in his career, now again, I'm gonna discredit the Astros win their loss against them, but how often are the Dodgers in the postseason? And Kershaw always breaks down. Again, he has a lot of strikeouts, but he also gives up a lot of game-winning home runs or game-changing home runs that essentially label him a choke artist. Again, he's played better this season. It's a COVID season. It worked out for him this year. Again, the way it's looking, who knows? We might see a Game 7 currently, as if the game ended right now. We'd be seeing a Game 7, but it wasn't all on Kershaw.
Right. And it's crazy.
His bats have woken up, and that's what's been saving him.
Right, and it's crazy how we will hold so you have a record like that. Kershaw has the most strikeouts in postseason. Now, that means the Dodgers there a lot, but they don't win a lot. They just happen to be there a lot. So, at the same token, we'll praise him for having these strikeouts, but somebody like LeBron who goes a lot but lose a lot, we'll shit on him. It's just the catch-22 of how we pick and choose when we want to highlight certain records and shit, because we'd be like, LeBron went there 11 times. The nigga won only 3, and then get on his ass and shit.
I think it's just different with the sports, because basketball players, superstars, have more control of what's happening versus other sport.
But baseball is the center though. Baseball is the center of. Pitching.
The pitcher has a lot of control.
Yeah, pitcher is the center of baseball.
The pitcher could give up. The pitcher could give up 1 run, and his team doesn't put up 1 run.
That could be the difference.
Yeah, true.
And again, I don't think we were. I think as a media journalists, right? As anyone who talks sports, anyone who ever talks about it, I think we're a little too harsh on Kershaw, right? The guy could realistically only pitch 2 games in a World Series. Now, granted, he would get lit up in the first inning and get knocked out of games early. But again, it's not all on him. The team has to win 4 games in order to win a World Series.
Right.
Or to win a divisional series.
Right.
Exactly.
Now this is Game 6. Now, I think everybody said Dodgers in 6, except for I think DQ said 5 or some shit. So, Eddie, to you, we at Game 6. What do Dodgers need to do to close this out tonight?
They got to get on. So far, their bats haven't woken up just yet, but I feel like they are. I think the Rays stole a few games. They try to steal home. Who the fuck did he think he was? These guys,
and he was a pudgy nigga too.
Yeah, these guys are in the bottom tier of scoring with runners in scoring position, actually getting the runs across. So honestly, if the Dodgers just stick to their game plan, like we've been saying from the beginning. I know they got Snell on the mound right now, but they got to start starting to hit them today and get on base. But if not, the good thing about having a 3-2 lead is that there is always a Game 7. You never know what's going to happen in the Game 7. That's the scary part.
Right,
I have an honorable mention that's going to explain how scary the fact that if this does go to a Game 7 can be. But we'll get to that later. But the Dodgers have a good chance to lock it up. Again, it's only one run. We're in the bottom of the fourth right now. They have a good chance to come back.
Yeah, I thought that was P. Flo trying to steal that home. Because I'm like, this pudgy ass nigga trying to steal. Like, nobody see him and shit.
And again, it was pretty close. It was a bang bang play, but I mean, he was out. There was no shot.
So everybody still got Dodgers in 6. That means everybody, it's a consensus. Dodgers cleaning up tonight. Closing tonight.
Yeah, they need to stick with their game plan, and that's let Mookie cook.
Drew, you look like
Let
you.
Mookie cook.
Muncie's playing off his mind
right now, bro. I'm changing my mind. It's going to a Game 7.
And you still got Dodgers?
Yeah, I still got Dodgers, but today is the Rays. It's the Rays' times today.
Okay. John, how you see it going tonight?
I think Dodgers win. I got the Dodgers winning. They're down, but I got the Dodgers winning. And plus, I picked them in 6, right? Yeah.
Yeah, everybody picked them in 6, I think, except for
DQ.
DQ. All right, but yeah, yeah, that's Dodgers tonight. Let's see what happened. NFL recap. Let's get into it. I want to talk about the game of the week. Unfortunately, shit fucked me. But game of the week to me. This is my game of the week. I don't know if it was a game of the week, but because you had a battle of undefeateds between the Steelers and the Titans. But to me, the game of the week is the Seahawks. The battle of the birds. Seahawks versus
Yeah.
That whole game was just like a mind, bro. Like everybody, I swear, the Cardinals tried every way to lose.
Yeah, they tried to get that game up, man. It was pissing me off. But Kev, Kev, going to you first. NFL recap. Is Kyler Murray for real?
Kyler Murray, I'm pissed.
Is he the real deal?
I think he's the real deal. I think he's smarter than most as far as like knowing when to slide and stuff like that. I don't think he's just like overly reckless when he do take off.
Yeah.
And he's got an arm, and from what I've seen, his deep ball accuracy is good. So
yeah,
I like Kyler.
Nigga was smiling throwing it.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
D-hop and shit.
On the I didn't notice it, but on the rebag, on the playback, I was like, oh shit, he actually did that.
Yeah, he didn't even have his hands on the laces. He was just ready to chuck that ball.
Right.
Pretty great.
But again, NFC West, very competitive. Rams won, beat the Bears last night. Unfortunately, I didn't win a pool. Drew still had the most points and shit. But,
can we talk about the 1 o'clock games? Because that was the most entertaining.
What game was that?
All the 1 o'clock games, every single 1 o'clock game for the most part. So we had the Bengals, the Browns get down to the wire. We had
that was a good one.
The Lions and the Falcons go down to the wire. And then we had, essentially the Steelers and the Titans. So I was on my way to climb up into that pool when Cincinnati got on top.
Cincinnati fucked me over. You don't.
You can't.
I can't hear you, Ed.
Sound. But any highlights to anybody, Johnny? Any highlights from or standout moments for you in regards to NFL Week 7?
The Giants fucking lost the
game.
Yo. Tell me about that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, once I seen Evan Ingram drop that ball, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
You knew it was done, right?
It was a perfect pass.
Yeah.
Like, right there.
Man,
fucking dropped the ball.
Hold on, pause. What's going on, Ed?
Okay, I'm back.
But yeah, that was a heartbreaking. That drop pass ruined my season.
Which game are we talking about here?
Detroit
game about the Giants, bro.
Oh yeah, that too. Nobody brought that up. The Daniel Jones running it for.
Oh yeah.
and shit.
That was.
But you know what, man? Even Patrick Mahomes like said I would not have made it that far either. I mean,
He bullshit.
Daniel Jones is the leading rusher for the New York Giants. So cut your boys some slack.
His head too big. His head is too big. He top heavy.
He just. It was one of those like he probably was worried about someone
bro.
chasing down. He put a little extra in his stat, and
Right,
then
he
he thought his whole.
he tried to kick into second gear and shit, but the engine blew up when he did that shit. He tried to change the clutch and that shit said boom. Nigga tripped off that shit.
Bro, that shit was not funny.
At least he got up and tried to run, but they was on his ass after that.
Yeah.
If it was one of those plays, they would have gave up on the play. Like no one chased him down, he would have got his ass up and still ran it in. But they was on his ass. They was trying to get him.
That was funny as hell, man. And again, we got the battle of the 5-0s. We had the Steelers versus the Titans, and Steelers, the only still undefeated team in the NFL.
6-0 Steelers.
I feel like the Titans definitely should have won that game.
Well, I had the Titans. I had Titans in that, but that shit didn't work out. Steelers only undefeated. John, Steelers, what you think about them boys? Is they for real?
Nah, yeah. They got the veteran quarterback. They got a really, really good defense. And somehow, some ways, Big Ben is always a wide receiver that comes out of nowhere and just.
Yeah, because I'm about to say their receiving core ain't that good, but
it ain't. But Ben make it good.
Yeah, but they seem to pull it together. And you look at Ben's stats. Ben's stats don't be like crazy either.
It ain't crazy, but he's a steady quarterback. Like, there's a. You don't have to be like out of this world. All you just gotta be is solid, bro. And you have a good team around you. Like he's the vet, bro. Like he knows how to do this shit, bro. Like he doesn't have to be like he doesn't have to be like Patrick Mahomes, bro. He just knows how to just do enough to get your team over that hump. That's what it is.
Eddie, what's going on with you, bro? Eddie sound fucking up.
Black himself in the eye.
Now, also another good game was the Bucks and who they played, the Raiders, right?
The Bucks and the Raiders, that wasn't good.
Brady.
And now it's been a lot of
Gronk and them stomped their ass.
There's been a lot of talk about Tom Brady and the reemergence as the best QB in the NFL once again.
If you let Johnny tell it.
John, is people smoking, or is Brady really setting himself apart from everybody else as the reigning king?
I'm not gonna lie, he got a crazy ass team though. Like he really has some crazy ass weapons.
Right.
About to be Antonio Brown, about to be in that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like this,
but Godwin going down and Antonio coming in, I feel bad for Godwin.
Yeah, shit, I feel bad for my fantasy. That nigga always getting hurt though, man.
Oh, you got Godwin?
Yeah, he cooked last week, but
yeah, he cooked for me last year. He had like over 1,300 yards this year last year, like 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, Eddie Hoaz beat me this week. Like nigga put up like crazy numbers this week and shit. Like how your defense got 20, almost 30 points and shit.
What defense he have?
Tampa.
Damn.
No, he has the Chiefs defense.
No, the Chiefs, right? Chiefs defense. They put up almost fucking 30 points.
Oh yeah, because I had the Chiefs defense in the other league.
Devontae Adams put up 30-something. Fucking Aaron Rodgers put up 30-something. I'm like, God damn, like.
Yeah, I lost in the other league by 1 point because Tyler Lockett scored 38 points by himself, bro.
Yo, I had fucking 107. That's like a normal, good points and shit. This nigga Eddie got like 140 and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like cooking me. Eddie, what's good, bro? What's going on with your sound? Nothing. All right, so that's some of the highlights of NFL Week 7. Any lowlights? Anything that's like, yo, they asked. Well, I could say the Cowboys. That's a low light.
Cowboys was a low light.
'Cause
They
they
had
are.
smoke.
That organization is
Got
man.
smoked.
That
They
organization
suck,
is.
bro.
Oh
Yo,
my
as
God,
soon
they got
as Dak
smoked.
went down, I already knew the next week I was benching CD Lamb, bro. I just knew it.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah,
got
like-
CD on my bench, but I haven't been playing him. Because
Nah, I've been playing CD in the other league, and he's been getting points when Dak was
Nothing.
there. As soon as Dak went down, I was like, oh, I can't start CD.
yo, Eddie,
Yeah.
you
good?
Your quality ain't shit, but you back.
well, we can hear you. It's gonna have to do.
Well, what did I miss?
So we talking about the highlights of Week 7 in the NFL. Any highlights for you? And we discussing the lowlights as well, like Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
Why are you asking that?
no, my highlight was,
There you go.
I don't know, I believe someone predicted
There you
that
go.
Justin
He
Herbert
did
would
that
have
for you,
4
yeah.
touchdowns and a rushing touchdown last week.
Right.
And my guy, Justin Herbert, threw 4 touchdowns and scored a rushing touchdown. So my boom boom,
Right.
I can't really be mad about that. I guess let me get the elephant out of the room right away, too. Got to talk about my Jets. We stink. We're sitting in the bomb. Can't wait to play Kansas City next week and get completely smoked. Buffalo beat us, by the way, only field goals. Really, really good stuff. Gase gives up the play calling. Awesome. And it looks like Roddy White has been advising Trevor Lawrence to not come
Yeah,
out
right.
of the
Yeah,
draft.
I've been saying that.
So that being said, yeah, you know what? Honestly, I'm not on this Trevor Lawrence like kick. I mean, I think sure, like if we have the opportunity to get him, sure, if we get enough for Darnold, but I don't want Darnold to go somewhere else and cook because I feel like he will. He just needs to get away from Gase. I think that sure, Trevor. Honestly, I'd rather him stay or go somewhere else. I mean,
Yeah, because you don't want to see
Again,
a quarterback of that potential to come to a shitty ass team.
word, exactly. Like, do you want me to do this all over again? Am I gonna have to exchange this jersey
Right.
for another, and then also watch him
Okay, let's
become a
see.
bust as well? Like, I mean,
Right.
So again, let's just hope that Gase just bombs, goes 0-16, we get rid of him, and maybe we trade out of that first round pick and let
Right.
somebody else go get Trevor Lawrence, get a good coach, and actually fix Sam Darnold because I think that he still does have the potential. Other than that, yeah, I guess I'm good. Michael Pirine. Oh, Denzel Mims finally touches the field. You know, gets 6 catches. That was cool.
And you were telling me, don't you got a Mims jersey coming?
I do have one
Denzel
coming.
Mims.
I won't say where it came from.
Don't somebody
Came down.
Yeah.
All right, but
Fell off the
that's-
back of a truck.
for the most part, that's our NFL recap. Any other moments that you guys like to touch on this week?
Yo, tell me DK Metcalf ran down Buda Baker was a
Oh,
sick.
definitely, yo. That man's really a fucking
Yeah.
You know, a lot of shit slided like go-to moments, but that was a crazy one. Like he really.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That's Pimmy of not giving up on the play, bro.
My dickhead of the week.
Right.
Oh, there.
Oh, OD Bell.
Yo, I told y'all
ODB,
early, though.
what
I told y'all
happened,
early
bro?
when I seen it. I said, yo,
I think-
y'all gotta wait till y'all see this. He did something extra, bro.
Yo, because when you were saying that, I didn't see it. It wasn't until later on that night that I was watching the highlights and shit.
And you was like,
He really
Because
jumped.
I didn't understand why he did what he did. Like he jumped. He was getting stiff armed and he jumped.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing.
like not even jump. He jumped like, y'all know those like Velcro pad things, like you could like get in a suit and run and jump at
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
He jumped like that. Like, yo, what's
That's
up?
what I'm looking like.
And let's be realistic here too. He had no shot of making that tackle.
Yeah,
And,
I'm
like,
like, what
You
the
had
hell are
no
you doing?
business doing what you did. Did
So
we
he
talk
had
about
no
Devontae
form
Adams too or
either.
no?
That
Yeah,
was-
Yeah,
do
we
that?
talked about
Yeah,
that
we
already.
talked about Devontae Adams. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I
wanna
talked
make
about
sure.
how you cooked me, how you had this fucking Tampa with almost 30 points. Fucking,
It wasn't Tampa.
I mean Chiefs with almost defense with 30 points. Fucking A-Rod with almost A-Rod with 30 something. Everybody on your team had fucking 30 something points. Like this was like an OD crazy week and shit. Like fuck 'em. Next week, who I got this week? I think I got you, Kev. Right? Don?
Nah, I got Eddie this week.
Oh yeah, Eddie beat that man. I want to see Kev lose. So, cause you undefeated, right? You undefeated,
Yeah, I'm feeling, bro.
Right. So yeah, we need him to have an
feeling,
L.
bro.
Get that L this week. But that's the and then,
Kev called me.
I got you.
I have Russell Wilson.
What?
Kev, who do you have this week?
No, I said I didn't have Russell Wilson.
I got you.
You got me this week?
yeah.
Ah.
Who I got this week? Let me.
I ain't losing this week. I'm my team's heating up.
Go ahead,
My
Ed,
team
cook him.
is heating up.
Kev undefeated, man. We got to get him with one L.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I
I'll
gotta
handle
win
it.
something, bro. I gotta win. I gotta win something. My team's been like.
Yeah, Drew, for a three-peater, you suck.
I was only a two-peater. Last week wasn't good for me either. Last year wasn't good.
Yeah. So I one last honorable mention, unless anybody else has any other ones.
Go ahead.
Des Bryant is back.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Des Bryant's back. Is he going to the practice squad? Because I heard rumors that he was going to the practice squad.
Probably practice
He got
squad.
signed to the practice squad.
Yeah.
Okay. We also covered Antonio Brown. Yeah.
Yeah, he going.
So Antonio Brown. What's that?
We didn't mention Antonio.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously Antonio Brown going to the Bucks.
I said Godwin's out
All right, you did.
at the inconvenient time, but
Right.
So-
back.
The most interesting thing for me was that they asked what the hell's this coach's name now? Bruce Arians. They asked him earlier in the year that if he would actually go and get Antonio Brown, and he's like, no.
He's like,
And they were like, well, like, what if, like, you know, like, I think it was like Yahoo Sports again too. Yahoo Sports always like on some like bullshit end of like some, you know, obviously getting like owned on the internet. And then he's all, you know, he's like, well, what if and he doesn't even let him finish? He's like, hell no, it's not going to happen. Get out of here. So this whole like, and now he's going back on it saying that, you know, we've been talking about this for months and this has been my plan from the get-go. Let's call it what it is. Tom Brady said he wanted Antonio Brown and they gave him Antonio Brown.
And Keenan Allen. I mean, not Keenan Allen. The other
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans was talking shit too, like, yo, if he don't do it our way,
he's got to go. And again, I don't believe he's eligible to play until week 9 anyway. So we'll see what happens with Antonio Brown. But speaking of Thomas Brady, so there's this thing going around. I don't know if you guys caught it. Obviously, the guys over at Barstool Sports have been blowing this up and way out of proportion for good reason, because you know they all are Boston fans. But guys, John, I think you're gonna love this. Tom Brady is a witch.
Okay.
Why is Tom Brady a witch, you ask?
Why is that?
Why?
So wherever Tom Brady goes, championships follow. Okay? Hear me out. 1977, Tom Brady was born in California. His family were San Francisco 49ers fan. Do you want to know what happened in the draft of 1977?
What happened?
The 49ers drafted a guy named Joe Montana. Ever heard of him? Right?
Okay.
So Joe Montana the Oakland Raiders went on to win the Super Bowl in 1980. The 49ers won in 81, 84, 88, and 89. Then the Oakland A's won in 89 as well. And then finally the 49ers won in 94. Now Tom Brady goes to college. Where did Tom Brady go to college? The University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. In Tom Brady's tenure in Michigan, the Red Wings went to the championship conference championships in 1995. In 96 and 97, went on to win the Stanley Cup. And then Michigan became national champions in 1998. Now, Tom Brady was drafted by the New England Patriots in 2001, but he decided to stay in Ann Arbor. While he was there, the Red Wings win another Stanley Cup. And I don't think I need to go into details what happens from 2001 until 2018. Okay? The Celtics create pretty much the super teams. The Boston Bruins win several Stanley Cups. The Red Sox break the curse of the Bambino, and then we arguably saw one of the best dynasties that we've ever seen in our generation. Now, you would think that the train stops there, right? No. Where does Tom Brady end up this year? Ends up in Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Lightning win a Stanley Cup after years of constantly going to the playoffs and getting eliminated and ultimately losing in the Stanley Cup. They finally come out in this NHL bubble.
And now, makes sense.
What game are we watching today, boys?
The
We're
Rays.
watching the Tampa Bay Rays in the World Series against the Dodgers, and they're ahead. So, that being said, again, I'm not taking credit for this. Again, it was made super, super popular on Barstool. But with that being said,
so the Rays about to win the World Series.
I mean, maybe. But here's the bigger question: when Tom Brady finally hangs up the cleats and finally gives up, he does have a house in Greenwich, Connecticut, mind you. Now that's Southern Connecticut.
So UConn's about to win everything.
So, no, those Southern Connecticut people, they don't know if they're New England fans or if they're New York fans. So if Tom Brady decides to live in Greenwich, and hopefully his house sits on the border of Greenwich and Portchester, New York, maybe, just maybe, Tom Brady will bring championships to New York.
Jets.
To New York. Well, the Jets, the Mets, the Yankees, the Islanders, the Rangers, hopefully. So Tom Brady's a witch. I'm sticking to it. I fully agree with this statement.
Tom Brady, the Antichrist, but
mine is blown.
We'll see. We'll see when if the Rays win. We'll see at that point. If they don't win, all that's bullshit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well, I mean, he's got the Lightning, and again, there were some conference championships in this graph that I had.
You brought this up now.
Mm-hmm.
The Rays must win, or it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit unless the Rays win. That's what it is. But that's NFL. Any other honorable mention? I did want to shout out and congratulate Khabib for
Khabib, that's dope.
Remaining the champ and retiring as
honorable respected. I respect it. Didn't want to do it as Pops. I respect that.
No, go out on top. That's the best way to go out and shit. Also, it's, the NBA as well. We didn't have the NBA really on the recap, but it's been a lot of talk with the NBA and when they're gonna start and all this and shit. Free agency coming up soon. NBA draft coming up soon. So we might get an NBA season earlier than we anticipated.
They can't do it on December 22nd. That shit too early.
Not for the Warriors, not for the Knicks.
That shit will be too early, bro, to come back.
Not for some of these teams that didn't get invited to the bubble.
Well, they were saying that Brian, if they start Brian sitting out the first month. He
of course, yeah.
Well, at least that Green nigga, Danny Green, was saying like, yo, LeBron not gonna play that first month. Like, y'all can already count him out. So, and a bunch of the like superstar players, especially people that just came out of the bubble, they not. Because usually in between seasons they have like
training camp,
4 to 6 months before they actually start back playing and shit. So this will only get them. So this will only get them. Yeah, they only get 2 months practically. And for somebody like LeBron who's looking to win a couple more rings, he's not gonna put his body through that type of shit.
I don't blame him. He's old by athlete standards. Yeah.
He's old and he's still one of the best. So and again, LeBron is on top of his health. He without doing the whole bullshit that Kawhi now be doing, the sitting and shit, all that bullshit.
Fuck it. What the fuck is it called? Maintenance?
Load management.
Yeah, that load management shit.
I got a load that they can manage.
So, in other words, and also, before we move from the case, you missed it. Michael Jordan was talking. He was talking about the Twitter and the social media area. How like he don't really envy players today growing up in the social media era because everything that you do is in public. Everything you say is like everywhere for everybody to blast out and shit. So he's happy about the era he grew up in because
of course
you don't envy the players.
He couldn't handle the pressure.
Yeah,
we talk about it all this time on this podcast. I think we're known for saying that Babe Ruth definitely blew a shitload of coke before games, allegedly. Lawrence Taylor is, they all like portray him as like the greatest giant that ever lived, and he is statistically. But Lawrence Taylor and Odell Beckham have a lot of comparisons. They both didn't give a shit. They were both young, talented athletes that didn't give a fuck, and like partied all the time. Like Lawrence Taylor would be hungover, drunk before a fucking game. Sometimes he'd be drunk during a game. You know what I mean? But like, there wasn't Twitter, there wasn't TMZ, there wasn't cameras following him. People didn't have supercomputers in their pockets to take pictures of him acting out and being stupid. And guess what? He was adored, and Odell was traded. So, I mean, of course, fuck out of here.
No, and thinking about that shit, like a lot of the personalities, like Bill Romanowski, like players like that, who was like notorious for being like crazy fuckers. In this era, yo, they've been outcasts a long fucking time. Lawrence Taylor, like, well, Charles probably still be loved because Charles, he a funny ass nigga.
Yeah,
so he'll probably get in a lot of trouble.
Fucking Rodman. I mean, that story that leaked out for Vegas. Imagine that. Rodman's in Vegas when he's supposed to be playing games.
Yeah, a lot of that shit.
Well, they got him before he got back to the game. It was only
they had pictures of him getting off his flight. They had pictures of him like through his like window, probably stroking Coleman. You never know, brother. They had crazy pictures out here.
Lou Will just got in trouble for some hot wings and shit. So
that's all it was, man. Hot wings. He was hungry.
So Lou Will get in trouble for some hot wings. Imagine the shit Rodman then was doing this shit like these boys was like really some wild boys and shit. So in today's time, that shit'd be crazy. They be like
they would have pictures of them boys taking shots on the sideline for football games.
Bill Romanowski with the fucking horse needle in his ass and shit. Like going crazy and shit. That should be all type of crazy.
Jordan had some probably pretty high stakes poker games.
Shit, right. Jordan, notorious gambler and shit.
Yeah. Like, high stakes.
Jordan on the side, shoot dice and shit. Like,
bro, and camera
Savage.
crews might not even have got that, bro. They've just been regular people like me and you walking by in the casino, like, table, like.
Facts.
Yep.
Doing this in between games and shit, gambling and shit, shoot craps. But it's interesting. At least he's big, man enough to know, like, or man enough to say, yo, I don't envy these guys. I'm happy with the era I played in because this shit they deal with, I'm not for that. But that's in case you missed it.
One more thing too.
Go ahead.
Sorry, one more thing. Obviously, NFL trade deadline is next week. It's my birthday next week that we film this episode. So November 3rd, also election day. Get out and vote too. Also,
vote.
By the time you hear this episode, there could be some big monster trades going out there. Big names like Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, J.J. Watt, Yannick Ngakoue again. Even I don't understand how he's getting traded again. Sam Darnold. Big name players are on the trading block. This is a COVID season. Teams are looking to use this season as a rebuilding season. So I know the trade deadline is not a big thing in the NFL, but more recently it has been becoming one. So we'll see. Maybe
Julio, right?
Matt Ryan, Julio, AJ Green's a big name too. JJ Watt's been getting thrown out there.
AJ definitely getting traded.
Kenny Stills has been thrown out there. There's a couple guys.
Definitely.
Obviously, a lot of Cowboys players are being thrown out there as well. They're looking to blow that team up. But again, hopefully by the time this episode airs, we'll already see some moves, and then we will cover all of the moves next week. So you'll hear that on Thursday.
That's correct. All right. But that's in case you missed it, right? Anything else, fellas?
That's it. That's all I had. I forgot about that.
All right. Next up, bag of the trash.
AJ Green could go to the Saints.
So the Pats is what they're saying. That's like the big thing.
Well,
and Julio to the Pats too. There's another one.
All right, let's get into bag of the trash.
That was weird. We have no idea. It's a mystery.
Bag of the trash. Now we were just discussing the NBA and the new season. So first question: is Christmas too early to start a new NBA season? Bag of the trash. You kick it off to you first, John.
I'm gonna trash it. If I trash it, that means I'm good with it. If I bag it, it means it's bad.
You're bagging it. It's too early. You're bagging it. It's too early.
Right. So you trashing it or you
I'm
bagging
trashing it? It's just I feel like I am trashing it. I feel like it's just I don't think it's too early. I think it's just right.
Yeah, John loves his basketball.
Right, John just wants basketball back and shit. John can't get enough of basketball.
How long did they want to wait?
John just wants to see another Lakers win. That's what it is.
Wait?
I mean, they were saying January. January is not that far, bro. if you talk about December, January is just next month.
Drew, your arm keeps disappearing and it's freaking me out.
Well, a lot of players.
Lakers won the finals. Don't say the Lakers won the finals earlier this month, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Early October. They just not gonna get the usual one. The finals is usually in June. Like it takes 2 weeks of June, and they'll have the 2 weeks in June off. July and August, they're just not gonna have that 2.5 months off.
So usually, again, so when you make it to the finals, if you don't make it to the finals, you pretty much get like 6 months out into the new season start. If you make it to the finals, you usually get about 4 months off. So for the teams that made it to the finals, the finals just ended. So they really only get 2 months.
1 month off.
A month and a half.
Month.
A month and a half off.
Man,
Now,
we talking about that, but yeah, I forgot. There's like 10 teams that hasn't played since March.
Okay, but again, John. So I guess
It's like
right.
10 teams that haven't played since
I mean,
March.
those teams. But
So John, do you think that the Lakers will benefit off of this though? Like, is this not cool for the don't you think if you're the Lakers, if you're Miami, you're like, yo, fuck that.
Yo, we already.
They do load management anyway. They'll be out.
You're gonna start out 0-10, and you're gonna be stressed. John's gonna be like, yo, why they start the season so early?
Right, so Eddie, bagging the trash is Christmas too early to start the new NBA season.
I'm gonna bag it again because of that. I mean, again, yes, only 10. There are 10 teams that didn't even go to the bubble and they haven't even played. But there are also teams that were eliminated early that did not make it to the playoff. Devin Booker and the Suns. I think teams like that will benefit. I mean, let's not forget that the Golden State Warriors are going to rebuild and will get a pretty high draft pick and will be a really, really good team. So I think that does not benefit. And again, it's not that I want to try to look out for the Lakers or anything, but I don't think it's fair to them or the Clippers or the Rockets that the team that everyone's been afraid of forever that has been retooling and rebuilding is now going to have an opportunity to jump out ahead on these teams that have been pretty much the ball. Again, yeah, I mean they could start off 10-0, and the Lakers could start off 0-7, and then everyone's hitting the early panic buttons and all that stuff. But I mean, again, I know these guys are professional players, but at the end of the day, and I know the bubble wasn't like a real season that people like to say, but these guys did play hard. These guys did put it all out there on the court, so I don't expect them to just, dust off this. And again, the important part too is to just say, okay, family, I really, really missed you all, and I really loved spending time with you, but I got to go again.
We're going right back to the bubble.
You get Thanksgiving with them, and that's it? You don't even get Christmas with your family? Come on. And I get that you want to get back to your original schedule, your original scheduled program.
Yeah,
hey, guess what? Do that next year. Do that in 2022.
That's basically what they're trying to do. They're trying to have it the 22nd and do like a 10 games shorter to get back to the original date the next season. That's basically why they.
Yeah, right, you can reset next year.
So Drew, bagging the trash is Christmas too early to start the new NBA season.
Oh, this is a Halloween episode.
It is too early. I'm gonna bag it, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna bag that. It is too early because just like the people from finals, they don't really got I get it. The people that didn't make the bubble has been out for months, but the people who are the Miami Heat and the Miami and the Lakers that made to finals, you only get just like you said, a month and a half off and to scrounge all that training camps, you got draft, you got training camp, and you got all that
free agency.
Free agency too, and you gotta do all that before you come back in December 22nd. Yo, Johnny, come on, bro. If you was a basketball player, you wouldn't be saying that shit.
Come on, bro.
All right, Kev.
I want to see that banner drop. That's what it is.
Man, I haven't seen my man Ice Train playing 6, 7, 8.
So what? Ain't nobody fought by him.
They suck. That's why they ain't making.
Kev, bagging the trash.
All right, so I'm gonna trash it.
That's
only one reason. Because I say give the people what they want. Let them grown ass professionals. They're getting paid bread. Let them figure out their load management or whatever. Give the people what they want.
Now y'all can talk, Drew. Give your point. I gave
No,
the floor to Cam.
nah, because I keep on getting muted. Fuck you.
No, I didn't mute just you. I muted John too.
Yeah, I got muted on that.
I muted both of y'all because I said Kev, and then both of y'all started going. So that's why I muted y'all. But bag that shit, man. It's too early. And I'm not even a Lakers fan. I don't give a fuck really about the Lakers. But again, I'm not showing. Yeah, and Miami Heat and all the teams that made it to the playoffs. I don't care about the niggas that didn't win. Like, bro, you don't get a handicap because you was ass. Like,
Yeah, word.
Let's make it as fair as possible. Again.
Actually, I changed my mind. Trash it. The Knicks are going to go on a fucking 9-0 run.
All right. Because they ain't going to be playing nobody. Because all the teams.
They wish.
All the good teams going to be sitting there.
They wish.
They're going to be sitting there good players, and then Knicks get 15 wins and shit that they
Yeah,
don't
word.
deserve.
Just enough to make us not get the number 1 lottery pick yet again and still be the worst team in the NBA. Fuck yeah.
That seems so crazy, bro. When's the last
The lottery is stupid. The lottery is stupid. We need another cold envelope. Fuck these ping pong balls.
Right. And next up on Bag of the Trash now, the New Orleans Pelicans just hired Stan Van Gundy to be their new head coach. As we know, Stan Van Gundy was behind the Dwight Howard and Orlando when they were really fucking good. So Dwight became a superstar under his coaching. So the question is, Bag of the Trash is the Pelicans playoff bound with Stan Van Gundy? I'm going to throw it to you first, Drew. Bag of the Trash.
Trash it. There's too much good teams in the West. Like, they're really going to, unless they do like a never bubble type shit, I wish not bubble, playing tournament. But even with that, it's too much. You got the, let's break it down. You got the Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, you got fucking Thunders, you got Rockets, you got Utah, you got Denver, you got Portland. Bro, there's too much.
Name what? 9 teams?
Phoenix.
Yeah, that's right. Devin Booker and the Suns.
There's too much going. Yo, we even got the Warriors.
Warriors.
The Warriors next season.
That's 10 teams. That's 10 teams.
Even the Warriors is jumping. The Warriors is going to be like in motherfucking like, I say like about like 4th. They're gonna be
trouble,
bro.
They're gonna be trouble, man. They're gonna be trouble.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Stan Van Gundy is a good coach, but they're not going to jump. The Pelicans is not going to jump all them teams. Just to be serious.
All right, John. Bag of the Trash. Does Stan Van Gundy make Pelicans a playoff bound team?
Eventually, so I'm gonna bag it. Maybe not that first year, but eventually.
We're talking about the first year, John.
I hear the first year part.
John's going where I'm going.
John said the question and say.
It didn't say the first year.
It didn't say
I heard playoff bound.
Right.
I like Stan Van Gundy as a coach. The West is just a little too tough. They'll have to make a move in here to make me see like, oh, nah, maybe that move might push them over the edge for a first year
is
playoff.
all hype.
Yeah.
No, he's not. But
Zion is hype.
But
Get him out of here. Get him out. Come on, that's a benchable offense.
I see them going.
It ain't bitch because he been saying this shit for the whole entire season.
Zion is hype, bro. He's a highlight reel. Bro, he Blake Griffin. He not that
We don't. Oh my God.
No,
the slander. That. Oh my God.
All right, Eddie, bag of the trash.
I'm going to bag it to the sense of what John was saying. Again, I'm not talking about this year. I think this is a team that's semi-rebuilding. Obviously, they have the core piece in Zion. They got some nice pieces around them. Obviously, the Lakers traded two, key important players over there to help build around him. I think they do have an opportunity to now, like with Stan Van Gundy, Zion, and I guess Ingram. I don't really want to include Ball in there, obviously, because of who his dad is and what he's become since he's been in the NBA. But again, like that's if I'm a free agent, that's a place that I want to play. That's somebody I would want to play with. And again, I feel like if they can get a young, hungry team to fight, they can sneak in eventually. I'm not saying now. Obviously, Drew rattled off 11 teams, and I think he lost count once he got to 9. But again, there are other teams that are more competitive. But I think eventually they will. I mean, Stan Van Gundy does have an above 500 record, and he did take his 08 Orlando team to the Eastern Conference Championships. And it looks like he finished as a coach. He finished within the top 5 every year, getting to the playoffs. So the guy knows how to coach. Can he coach these young guys?
Right.
We'll see. But
and that's how they look at it. Like his biggest claim to fame is taking a young Dwight Howard, putting the proper pieces and proper shooters with him, with Dwight and Jameer, and creating a really good team in Orlando at that time. They had Rashard Lewis. They had Turkoglu, Pat Garrett. They had a solid team around.
Matt Barnes, Petrus.
Yeah, right. Mount Barnes, Michael Petrus. They had solid pieces, shooters around the big man down low and shit. So
that's what they're going to do around Zion?
So that's what everybody's saying. If you take that same approach, put it towards the Pelicans team, it could make for an interesting team moving forward. But Kev, bag of the trash, does Stan Van Gundy make Pelicans a playoff-bound team?
I could bag it because I said eventually, but not this year. But yeah, bag it definitely. My opinion is that way too much experience, and assuming that this kid is not the real deal, then they should be good. Zion should be good.
Yeah. Again, just bag it as well. Not this season, but next year. That shit sounds crazy. I don't know why it's doing that. But again,
we don't hear nothing. Drew and Johnny, y'all hear something?
Me and Dev hear the shit out of it. Yeah.
I hear it, bro. Like,
Kev, do me a favor. Mute your mic one more time. Just one more time. Just for my sanity.
Mute your mic. It's Kev, man.
It's fucking Kev, bro.
Kev doing that bullshit, bro. It's
him. It just got a delay.
You, dude.
It just has a delay.
It's you.
I'm telling you, it's you, bro.
Don't shake your head. No, it's you.
Oh,
it's back. Oh, my God. Magically, it's back.
It's you, Dad. It's you, Dad. I'm sorry.
Bro, it's nothing here.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's the headphones. I don't know what it is.
And
but
because when I had my other headphones, y'all kept saying it was the same shit. And
but not this sound. It was
not this.
Sound.
This is different.
Yeah,
this is different.
This sound like the radiator and shit. Like,
man,
the steam coming out the radiator.
This is more and more of why we need a studio. So whoever is willing to sign us. It's a good podcast, man. Listen to it. We don't got a lot of followers just yet, but a lot of people listen.
Technical difficulties, but we
all day today.
Yeah.
My headphones went out.
All right, moving on from bag of the trash. Well, no, moving on to the next question, bag of the trash. Now, Miami, Fitzmagic, unfortunately, doing my man's dirty.
Poor Ryan, man.
So they, it's dirty. So, bag of the trash. Eddie, going to you first. Is this the start tour?
So I did a little deep analysis. I have my little list here. Give me 1 second. So obviously we've seen quarterbacks come into the league and either start right away and have some success. We've seen quarterbacks to sit a year and then have success. We've also seen guys that start right away and suck and become technically a bust. And we've also seen guys that sat for a year and also became a bust. So I'm just going to rattle off 8 of the guys that sat their first year and succeeded. Carson Palmer, since 2003 is my basis. Carson Palmer, Eli Manning,
Aaron Rodgers.
Phillip Rivers, Aaron Rodgers, Alex Smith, Jay Cutler, who I don't really want to count because he had a little bit of success, Jared Goff, and then the most important one, Patrick Mahomes. But then you look at the 11 guys that sat and didn't do well. You had Rex Grossman being one of them, Tim Tebow, Drew Locker, Christian Ponder, Johnny Manziel, Paxton Lynch, Josh Freeman. Then you had guys like Roethlisberger, Flacco, Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck, who's now retired, Robert Griffin III, who's now retired, Russell Wilson, Blake Bortles, who sucks now, Teddy Bridgewater, Derek Carr, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz, and Dak Prescott and Trubisky. Out of those guys that I just named, it's literally just Ben Bridgewater, Carr, and Wilson. So I don't. While I do think Tua is ready, and for on the Ryan Fitzpatrick side, I know he said he was heartbroken, but dude, you knew when they drafted Tua, you were done, right?
Right.
Like you knew that, right? Like I hope you understood that.
I mean, that's why
but
I said.
Also, at the same time, is that the team has been having success. Now, granted, they're playing bad teams and they're beating these bad teams. You know, they're hanging their hat on that San Francisco 49ers win. But, you know, you can't really count that. You know, Jimmy wasn't there. Well, wasn't fully there. Kittle was out.
So what happens if Tua torches the Ravens defense?
That if Tua torches the Ravens defense, I won't be surprised because I think I'm on record saying that the Ravens are a fraudulent team this year. I don't think they're as good as the hype that they're getting all over the place. Drew, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You're a fraud. You're as much of a fraud as the.
Okay, so bagging the trash it.
So that being said, do I think it's the wrong time? Yes. Therefore, I'm going to bag it. I think the Tua would benefit, especially with his health. Dude, one bad hit can break his fucking hip again. This guy has injury.
I mean, honestly.
So wait, Drew, wait.
He's not ready to read NFL defenses yet.
I got you. Drew.
The guy had 2 yards passing in the last series against the Jets last week, and the whole stadium rocked. It's also Florida, because whatever. And even Fitzpatrick was happy for him. But again, let's not forget that this kid has been hurt every year he's blown up. So yeah, do you see good out of him? But then do you see him not being able to pick up a defense and not set the right protection and then get fucking lit up and then out for the rest of the year? That's not cool, man. The best guy you can learn from is a journeyman quarterback like Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's been around the league for centuries.
All right, Drew, bag of the trash it.
All right. The thing about it, if it's the injury part, all his injuries, I get that point. But what's the question? Is
it too soon to start Tua?
It's like I'm a trash it because Fitzpatrick didn't get robbed. I mean, didn't get slandered because he know what it was. You know what it was when you took this job. This was not going to be a job for the whole season. Like I did not see him being the starter all the way throughout. It's going to be Tua's job eventually. Now, the injury part, I do get what Eddie's saying. Like if he gets lit up, then that's bad. But it was going to happen anyway. Like whether it's this week or it's going to happen in the next few weeks, it was going to happen. Like this is Fitzpatrick was not starting this whole year, and that's what I have.
All right, Kev, bag of the trash. Is it the wrong time to start Tua?
Too early to start Tua.
Yeah, is it the wrong time to start Tua? Bag of the trash.
I'm gonna say trash it, man. I think the kid's ready. Obviously, he's gonna have some, up and downs, like some weeks, like reading defenses. But aside from the injury thing, like if you really see like his background, bro, I feel like he's really like the perfect example of ready for the next level. And there's gonna be some scheme and some shit like in the playbook that teams are just not gonna be expecting. So maybe he has like some issues after his first 5 games, like once they figure him out. And if he's who we think he is or should have been, potential number 1 overall or 2nd overall pick, I think he's gonna find a way to light teams up, bro. So I hope so, man. I hope it is the right time, but I don't think it's the wrong time.
All right, John, bag of the trash it. Is it the wrong time to start Tua?
I want to trash it because Fitzpatrick is my man, but I'm going to bag it. Because this is the same way it happened with Eli. Kurt Warner at the Giants 5-4. Benched them, and the Giants lost 6 games in a row. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how the Dolphins are going to do when they after benching Fitz, but we shall see. But I'm going to go Eli proven to be a success story. I like Tua. Maybe Tua will be proven to be a success story.
Right.
It's his time to shine.
Yeah, and I'm a bag it too. Fitzpatrick definitely knew it was his time. Tua was there, and he was going to take his job. I don't think he knew it was going to happen so soon, being that Tua is so fragile and the injuries that he's dealt with so far in his professional, semi-pro, college, collegiate career, that Tua would step up so soon. And I don't know what the Dolphins stand to gain from putting Tua in at this point, especially with Fitzmagic playing the way he's been playing. Like,
yeah, I thought they was going to put him in like once they clearly not making the playoffs.
Right, exactly. Once the season is lost,
once you're mathematically eliminated.
Right. Yeah. So then it's like it makes sense at that point to put him in. But right now the season is still early. What are they standing to gain from putting him in, especially with Fitzpatrick playing the way he's been playing? What do you gain from this point? So,
yeah. And so I want to be clear.
That's my whole thing with it.
Yeah, I want to be clear too. Like, I'm rooting for it. They're not going to win the division. Let's be realistic. This is the Bills' division to lose at this point. And again, we've seen some. There are two losses in a row against two really good football teams. So it's like, can they pick it up? Like, sure, that just means that they're like a first-round team eliminated. Let's just be clear, though. As a fan, I am rooting for Tua. I do want it as a fan of football. I do want the guy to do well. I don't want him to be like the next Tom Brady, because that would suck for me. But again, we've seen this formula work. Like Alex, like you have someone in Ryan Fitzpatrick, similar to Alex Smith in Kansas City, that is going to win you a few games. Again, he's not Alex Smith, and they don't have the weapons like the Chiefs do, so they're not going to go to the playoffs, because I believe the Chiefs went to the playoffs that year and then lost to the Titans, right, before Mahomes started. That was the Revis slaps the interception and let Marcus Mariota catch his own touchdown. So, again, they did go to the playoffs. So, again, the team did show success, while Patrick Mahomes did only start or he didn't start. He came in like the fourth quarter of the last game of the year, but then didn't touch the field again until after. Now look at the product of him now. Now, again, he is the exception because he is a freak of nature, and I don't think anyone can play like him. But, again, you gain to benefit a lot from watching a quarterback play ahead of you.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
And I think Tua's potentially that type of player. So, again, my mindset behind it is Miami. What are y'all goal for the season? Yeah. That's how I look at that, because are y'all really looking to make it to the playoffs, and do y'all believe Tua has shown you guys enough in practice to take y'all there? Well, at least with Fitzmagic, there's a gunslinger, there's a chance. It's a possible chance.
I mean, I think they saw
the only thing that I really think happened. I think they blatantly saw something in practice that they're like, yo, is it ready?
Right. Yeah, this kid is ready.
And he's probably going to read better.
Yeah.
And he probably does a lot better job at protecting the ball, like not giving up. And he's safe. Let's go.
Yeah, it has to be that. It has to be in practice. They see something that's like, yo, this fucking kid is ready to go. And they like, let's get it. Let's get him going right now. That's the only thing it has to be. But we'll see. So we wish you the best of luck, bro. We want to see you do good. I'm just trying to understand. We're trying to see what Miami see. Hopefully we'll see it this week.
I want to see one more year of Ryan Fitzpatrick in maybe – where should he go, guys?
Chicago. He going to go to Chicago.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, that's actually perfect.
That would be a perfect spot.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Thank you, Dev. Thank you. I knew that assist.
If I'm the Dolphins, I thought Dallas give me a first-round draft pick for Fitz, because they
no, first round. Come on, John. That's a little.
They're not gonna give up a first round.
You might get a second. Also, John.
I'll be a straight nigga. Yo, Jones just got knocked out. You got that 7th-round pick.
Yeah.
My quarterback. I'm taking Fitz.
Well, happen, bro.
Well, let's let.
Obviously, it's not going to happen, but I'm just saying Dolphins have more leverage in the deal than what the Cowboys. The Cowboys is the desperate ones.
GM Jerry Jones has known to make some pretty awful decisions.
And we're going to discuss Jerry Jones.
But not that awful.
Coming up. Actually, let's move him up.
Yeah, let's segue that right there. Perfect segue.
Moving on up. bagging the trash. And now, Cowboys is an ass organization. They ain't pulling it together. They just horrible out there. Dak went down, and so did the whole fucking organization. So, and everybody's been saying for quite some time that Jerry has too much control as the owner and the GM. He needs to let go. He needs to let go of the reins. So, bag of the trash, John, to you first. Should Jerry Jones step down as GM? Bag of the trash.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, look. He won some Super Bowls in the 90s. He has a very great roster. But the success rating since the last Super Bowls has been down the drain. It's time for him just to be an owner. But I honestly, like, I'm not going to say I understand him, but I can see why he just probably really loved being hands-on and being part of it. Like, he owns the team, but he really loves them so much. He has to, like, this player, I want him. He just has to be a part of the whole process. So I can see that he probably really loves the game that much, and he loves his team that much.
But it's time for him to step down.
I think it's time for him to step down. But it doesn't look like he's not stepping down no time soon.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna say he's the full blame, because at the end of the day, he put a good roster together. You can't knock it. Like, Cowboys do have a good roster. Who thought that?
Right. And then we expected more from their defense. Like, the defense is playing.
They definitely invested in their defense in the offseason. So Jerry Jones did get some players, but
it's just not panning out.
It's not clicking. I don't know if I blame Jerry or blame Mike McCarthy. I don't know who gets more blame out of it too. It's just Jerry Jones been part of it, and it's been a consistent thing in the Cowboys' resume these past when they won a Super Bowl, 94, 95?
Last time they won was 94. Oh, wait, hold on. I have it written down here. Sorry. Last time they won was 95. 95.
95?
They won 92, 93, and 95.
I was 4 years old. 4.
Yeah.
All right, Kev.
When they last won a Super Bowl, my brother wasn't even born yet. He was in my mother's belly. So it's like,
where do babies come from, John?
The stork.
The bird that carries the baby.
The stork.
Yeah, the stork.
Right.
You know?
All right.
That's where babies come from.
Right. I wasn't ready for that conversation. I'm not old enough yet.
All right. Well, Eddie, going to you next. Should Jerry Jones step down as Cowboy GM? Bag of the trash.
Yeah. So geriatric Jerry.
That's what we're calling him.
Listen, man. He bought the team in 1989. He's been the acting GM since then. I think he's hanging his hat on a team that was built before he got there that ended up winning in 92. And then they went on to win in 98. That was the Jimmy Johnson era as well. And then again, both wins, by the way, were against the Buffalo Bills, which were the because I love losing Super Bowl Buffalo Bills.
Right.
This was the Bills that went on to lose 4 Super Bowls in a fucking row. And then the last time they won was in 95. Like what John said, his mother was expecting a baby from the stork. There was no baby in her belly. That's not how it works. That's a 25-year drought. If you guys don't know how to do math, I don't know how to do math, so I definitely use the calculator to figure that out. But it's a 25-year drought. So, I mean, what do we look for in GMs, right? So, again, in 25 years, if any other GM in the NFL had that kind of pull, unless your name is Marvin Lewis or fucking Bill O'Brien, and you got some dirt on the owner, there's no way you're keeping your job. So the main thing we look at, the main thing we look at with, what's he gonna do? Fire himself? Just like the GM Bill O'Brien fired the coach Bill O'Brien. Or did the coach Bill O'Brien fire the GM Bill O'Brien? That doesn't matter. But I mean, the other thing that we look at with GMs is how they draft. And I mean, Jerry Jones, to his credit, Michael Irvin was there before he got there. But his first year, he drafted Troy Aikman. His second year in the first round, these are only first-round picks. His second year, he drafted Emmitt Smith. And again, I don't know where these guys, like how they were being ranked, like, you know, who, like, if it was like a duh pick, you know, but I mean, Emmitt Smith in the 17th, with the 17th overall pick, I'm assuming Troy Aikman being the first overall was the right call. But in 91, he ended up having 3 first-round picks, getting Russell Maryland, getting Aaron Harper, Kelvin Pritchett, and Kevin Smith. Again, these guys did contribute to that team very well. But let's just try to update this a little bit more and kind of go into our era. In 2002, he drafted Roy Williams, one of the best safeties in the league at the time. Honestly, great Hall of Famer as well. Also drafted Terrence Newman. Drafted Terrence Newman in 2003. Drafted DeMarcus Ware in 2005. Drafted Des Bryant in 2019. And then again, let's not forget Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott, who was late. They built their quarterbacks off the late round picks. Tony Romo was undrafted. Dak Prescott was drafted in the 4th or 5th round.
Drafted the other Oregon too. He was Dallas for 2 years, the wide receiver.
Right, the receiver. Yeah,
and then obviously this year with CeeDee Lamb. So, as far as evaluating talent goes, Jerry's the guy.
He's done well.
Yeah, no, but it's what the product that ends up constructing the rest of the team outside of the draft and with free agency hasn't gone well for him. So I think it's time for him. You know, he's not like the Johnsons in New York. He's not like Jim Dolan with the Knicks. He's not a guy that doesn't know anything about the sport and wants to control the sport. These guys are supposed to, like, you look at like teams like Kansas City, you look at teams like San Francisco, who hire like a John Lynch to oversee their football operations, or a John Elway to oversee their football operations, who are football guys. They advise the general manager and they help the general manager. Jerry's already has a knack for talent. Dude, dish some of that stuff to somebody else, and maybe you can construct a roster that can actually win you another Super Bowl. But again, he's hanging his hat on that 92, 93, 95 series. But again, it's been a 25-year drought. So I'm going to bag the fact that he should step down. And again, still on the team, because even though as crazy as he is and as stupid as he is, I feel like he got hot sauce in his eye over the weekend too. So he's just getting really, really old. Yeah. But again, dude, just hire somebody and help them. You don't have to micromanage everything. You know, I don't know what he's doing.
All right, Drew. Bag in the trash.
I think he got half a talent. Let me get that straight. Like what Eddie say, like most of his draft picks, like constructing that offensive line, even though that was like years ago since he kind of did that. Picking up wide receivers, he definitely has a knack for talent. But like he's like a microman. He's micromanages too much. Like it's like you're like that. It's like that boss that wants to fucking like come
micromanager. We know we hate him.
And see what you're doing every single single time of the fucking day. Like leave me the fuck alone, bro. Like
Drew feeling something.
We're doing what we're doing. Like leave us alone. We can do our job. You don't have to be everywhere.
I can see.
Drew, you talking about your manager?
Right.
Yeah, that's what Drew's talking about. But I can see Jerry Jones doing that. But I feel like it's a different approach. His approach is like he's just so excited, like he's around. It's like damn, that's the ball. He's just around. I just signed him. I like him. I draft him. Trying to see how they work in the practice. I'm here. It's like obviously for the worker, it's like damn, boss. Yeah, I gotta show out. But I feel like at his point of view, it's more like he's just excited, like with the new stuff he got, this, that he's just. I feel like he's really passionate about the Cowboys.
I mean, like, you can be that. You can be that.
It just hasn't been working out the past couple.
Yeah, I'll be in a micromanager. Like you micromanage to a fault.
I don't think he micromanages them, but it may come off like that. But I don't think that's what he does.
No, it's like
it's one of those where he
it's like
I was saying he'll make a statement,
right?
And it's like
it ain't really like micromanaging, but he's like he will put his opinion in, and because he's the owner, it's like that fear, right? It's that fear of like
you can't tell the boss no.
Right. You can't tell the boss no and shit. So you're about to pick somebody. But Jerry be like, no, but I really like this guy. This is the guy. And then you like,
that, or Jerry Jones,
like,
they ask him, no, you heard? They'll ask Jerry, what's the reason for that loss? And you the coach, and he throw a little shit at you, like he fuck with you, but he blame you for that loss. And they interview him first, and then they interview you, and he's like, you can't come at him, so you just gotta play it off, like.
What you want?
Again, if I'm a guy that's going to be the general, like again, like it's never going to happen. But if Jerry Jones calls me up, Jerry calls me up, and he's like, Eddie, I love the podcast. Subscribe every day, which you all should do, and follow at the OSA podcast on Instagram. If he called me up and he was like, hey man, like I want you to be the GM, and I'd be like, okay. If he was going to do that micromanaging shit where he's just going to be like, hey, this is where you take the guy, I'd be like, you know what, Jerry? Let me get the 4th, the 6th, the 5th, and the 7th round picks. You got the rest of them. All right? Let me sign 2 guys I want. You can sign whoever you want. So again, you gotta like give and take with Jerry. Jerry, you gotta let him go. So then when it comes time to, hey, this team sucks, I don't think you're a right fit. I'll be like, well, Jerry, you had the 1st, the 2nd, and 3rd overall picks. Like you had all 3 rounds. And also, you're the one that signed. You're the one that traded for Amari Cooper. I didn't trade for Amari Cooper. We already have. We just drafted CeeDee Lamb. Like we don't need Amari. We could trade him. Like I didn't decide to trade him. You decided to trade him. So again, like that's what it has to be. He has to find again whether it's his son, because I know his son's like pretty involved. Whether it's his son or whether it's like, I don't know, a guy like. I'm just going to throw him out there, even though he's making a shitload of money and probably won't do it. A guy like Tony Romo, a guy who's played for him, a guy who knows him, a guy who understands how he is, how he operates. If that's the route you have to go in, then that's the route you have to go in.
Jerry, the type of nigga, like, he'll come on and be like, hey, I really like y'all podcast. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to pick it up. And then we'll be like, cool, Jerry, that's good. He'd be like, okay, I have an idea for a segment. We'd be like, we ain't really fucking with it. But we ain't gonna tell no fucking Jerry Jones no after he done brought us. We're gonna be like,
no.
Jerry,
hey, I'm gonna need you to stop calling me geriatric.
But I really have a good segment, and y'all should add it. We're gonna be like, yeah, okay, Jerry.
Jerry.
You're right. You got it. So I feel like that's the issue that they have there. Is like Jerry is super passionate. He might not be a micromanager, but he puts himself so much into the picking of players and the personnel and the gameplay and shit, like game decisions, where he's almost intimidating. Whereas like having the owners so involved, it's like, yo, you can't really tell them no. And then if you do say no, might be some issues there. And then if you don't listen to him, he's gonna still blame your ass. So it's like catch-22. Like he ain't gonna say I fucked up. He gonna say
you fucked up.
Right? They fucked up. But
again, that's what I see. That's what I mean. Like it's that give and take, right? So it's like if you like again, like if he decided to buy us and said, "Hey, like I really like the segment." Okay, Jerry, we're gonna do that at the top. Like that's where you think it's gonna work. Like we should start with that, right? He's gonna be like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great." And then we're like, "Okay, bud, like but we're gonna continue with the rest of the segments that we do." And he's gonna say, "Yeah, of course, but I just want this segment at the top." Okay, Jerry. And then when people start looking at the comments and looking at the reviews, like, "Hey, that first segment sucks." Right. Or we just talk all Cowboys all the time and nothing else. Or we invite him to be like, hey, that interview with Jerry was awful. Or like, hey, somebody get Jerry off the podcast. It's like, then it's like, hey, Jerry, like, I want to keep you on, but I mean, the data and the statistics say this. I'm sorry.
Then Jerry gonna be like, you know what? I need these guys to be more of leaders and make hard decisions. Where sometimes you have to say no, but I don't think they do and shit. And that's like, damn, bro, you calling us pussy because we ain't tell you no and shit. All right, but that's that. Kev is gonna come back at some point, but we still
we try to stall.
We try to stall as much as we can. Now we still in the NFL. There's only one undefeated team left, and that's them Pittsburgh Steelers, 6-0. So bag of the trash. You're going to you first, John. With the 6-0 record, is the Steelers the best team in the NFL? Bag of trash.
I'm going to trash it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them what it is, John.
So who the best, John?
Tell them what it is.
Look, they're a really, 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 really good team. But the Titans was a good test, I would say. But I feel like out of the teams they played, they haven't played that one, like, I guess you give now Titans was undefeated also.
Mm-hmm.
But the Steelers look really, really, really good. But I can't say that the Steelers, even though they have a better record, I cannot say the Steelers is better than
the Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs with Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
All right, Drew, back in the trash it.
And for you, Ed, I think the
Buccaneers. I do, duh.
I knew that.
I'm not gonna lie, that was part of my take. I just said that because of Ed, but I really think the Chiefs is the best team in football.
No, and I totally agree with John. I'm gonna trash it because I think the Chiefs are the best team in football. Like, don't get me wrong, you'll probably be second, but or third because Seahawks is right there, even though their defense is not.
Seahawks suck.
Seahawks
Frauds. Frauds.
How you said frauds?
They're frauds. Their defense sucks.
All right, Drew. So, Drew, you bagging it or trash? You trash it? Right?
I'm trashing it.
I'm not gonna lie. Come on. Hold on. Real quick. The Steelers was killing the Titans, but what happened? Big Ben threw some picks and put them right back.
Titans came back. Yeah. Titans almost came back. But why didn't the Titans win that game?
All right, so Ed, back to the trash it. Is still the best team in the NFL.
So, reluctantly, I'm going to trash it because, again, I do think that there are better teams in the NFL. But if there is a team that can shut down the so glorious Kansas City Chiefs, they're becoming the fucking Warriors to me where I just don't even want them to win anymore. I loved it in the beginning, and now I hate it.
When they start to get all these pieces and shit, it becomes unfun.
Even though I love everyone that plays on that team, love the Honey Badger, love Travis Kelce, love Le'Veon Bell, love Patrick Mahomes, love all these guys, Tyreek Hill, all these guys. I love them all. I just don't like when it becomes too overhyped. I used to rock with the Kansas City Chiefs because my guy Herman Edwards went over there. The Trent Green days, you know what I mean? When my coach got fired on some bullshit, and then he went to Kansas City. But let's just call it what it is. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Again, if there's anyone that's going to give Kansas City a run for their money, it's going to be Pittsburgh. They are the number one ranked defense. And again, they're not – Big Ben doesn't have to do too much. John shouted out that he threw away those 2 picks. They're the 26th ranked offense in passing, but they're also the 12th in rushing. They're also number one defense against the run. They are third with allowing passing touchdowns, and they've only allowed 4 rushing touchdowns. That's fucking crazy. I mean, eventually this team's going to heat up in the level that they don't need to. Ben's not going to have to do enough. Like we said with Peyton during that Broncos run. Like we said with Jimmy Garoppolo during this last recent playoff run. Like we saw with the 49ers this past week. You don't have to be this amazing run guns. Again, I know everyone loves the chicks love the long ball, and they dig these high scoring offenses and these dynamic offenses with these quarterbacks doing crazy shit. Big Ben channeled his inner Patrick Mahomes and chucked for one to Eric Ebron. I don't know if you guys saw that play.
Yeah. That was shuffle throw?
Yeah. It wasn't even a shuffle. He was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I hope you catch it.
That was horrible.
Yeah, I know he didn't try for that to happen, but it turned into a positive play anyway. Things are breaking right for this team, and I've never seen a defense play like this, for Pittsburgh, since the Troy Polamalu days, since the Steel
Woodley days.
But again, I think listen, if there's anyone who knows what a Pittsburgh Steelers defense can do to win a championship, it's me, man. I was there in 2009. I was there in 10, and I watched this team go on to win Super Bowls afterwards. It sucked. It wasn't fun. But once I broke down the game, I realized that defense was better than ours, even though we were known for – I think at the time we were the number one ranked defense. They deserve to be the number one over us.
All right, Kev, bag of trash is still the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a hands down thing.
Hey, damn.
Not in the NFL, but like second best, but in their division, I think so.
I ain't saying
Not in the
division.
NFL.
I said NFL.
Okay, I can't wait for our picks. I can't wait for our picks. I can't wait.
I'll say yeah. Then they're definitely the most complete as of right now.
Thank you for finally coming around.
No, they are.
I said that last week.
Okay, but 2 weeks ago when we did our power rankings, you said that the Steelers were frauds, and I ranked them way, way higher, and you were all in on the Seattle Seahawks. Check back on the episode.
I didn't say that.
No, you were all in. You were all in on the Seahawks. You ranked them number 2. Check the tape.
I had what?
You doubted yourself, Kevin.
I don't know.
I remember saying
check the tape.
Nah, check the tape definitely because I remember saying the Steelers are the most complete team out of that top 10.
You said that last week, but I'm talking about like 2-3 weeks ago. You were not in.
Here we go.
You were not in. You were not in.
All right. So,
with your doppelganger, by the way.
Yeah. But again, I like the Steelers. I'm going to trash it right now. I think late in the season, because we have seen, even though the Chiefs to me is the best team, when they go up against a real good defense over the course of the season, we've seen they've had troubles.
Eddie, you didn't even have the Steelers in your 5.
They were right on the outside looking in.
So,
but I was hyping them.
Oh.
No, Eddie had moved.
No, I moved the Steelers up higher in the second round of the rankings.
Yeah, and I think both of them were saying like Steelers was like 6, and they moved. Eddie had them and then moved like the Packers or some shit like that. He did something. Yeah,
I did something. I know I've been rooting for these guys.
But
he had the
Steelers
at 5
again
because it pains me. On a personal level, I fucking hate the Steelers.
Yeah, he did something like that where he was like he mentioned the Steelers, but he didn't put them in. Like he mentioned like I want to swap or I should swap, some shit like that. He said.
Yeah.
But he did mention them like, and they was his honorable mention. But just going back to that, this Steelers team do remind me of that Denver Broncos team where QB is a shell of himself, don't have to do much, but the defense is fucking nasty. And I think later in the season, if they come across each other, Steelers, that defense is going to be the part that take them like to the Super Bowl, and that just be what it is and shit. So I'm gonna trash it at this point because I still got the Chiefs. I still got the Bucks over the Steelers as well. But
talk that shit,
but again, when it comes late in the season, when shit started, the season gets short, that's when the defense will step up, and I think Steelers have the best defense.
If shit gets tough, good old GOAT is going to stick his horns out and grind it out. That's what the GOAT is.
All right, John. And what was the last one? Okay, this stepping away from football. Now, we just know Khabib just won and retired after his last fight. And all over social media, as well as in sports talk and podcasts, they're ranking Khabib as UFC's GOAT, the MJ of UFC. This is, and again, we could be prisoners of the moment. A lot of people, and again, he's a great fighter. He hasn't lost in his division, undefeated in his division, and he's retiring how most people. Yeah, most people like to retire. 13 on top. He's the GOAT. But again, people are prisoners of the moment, and I can think of a bunch of them, at least 3 right now that if they was to come up against Khabib in their prime, they will cook his ass. So I'm gonna go to you first, Drew. Bag of trash. Is Khabib the UFC GOAT?
I would say yeah, but you know the whole narrative is people like the undefeated because it's same 6'6" Michael Jordan. Fucking Floyd Mayweather never lost a fight. Now it's Khabib, never lost in the UFC. People like the undefeated. The undefeated is what crowns you like your best in your sport per se. If you're undefeated, that's what it is.
Hold on, John. Let him talk, John.
Yeah.
It's the whole conversation of the undefeated. bro.
Right, John.
If you're undefeated, you're great.
All right, John. So he bagged it. John, bag of the trash is Khabib the GOAT, UFC. Great.
I am gonna trash it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna trash it. He's great fighter. I feel like if he went a little longer, I will give it to him. He's he's great though. He is great.
He's gonna be back.
If he'd have went a little longer,
he's gonna be back. Kev, for the reasons he gave, I believe he's tired.
Bro, what you talking about? He gonna say
like I feel like.
You said what, John? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the whole undefeated thing. Obviously, in fighting, when you really, there's a few fighters that finish their career undefeated. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, do you consider most probably like the people that really follow the sport will have them in the conversation, but to the outside viewer thing, like to us, it's like everybody like outside that who don't know who they are. Would they still consider them? Obviously, we all know Floyd.
If we don't know you gotta know of the guy, because if you don't watch,
I can give you
say you can say no, but if you really know, you know. I say if you know, you know.
I'm gonna give you a similar example. Is a fighter, I believe he retired 40-something or 50-0. Somewhere around there. His last two fights, he beat Roy Jones and he beat Bernard Hopkins. You ever heard of Joey Calzaghe?
No.
Yes,
Was he white? Was he white? Was he white? Was he white?
Yeah.
That's why we never heard of him.
But his last two fights, he beat up Roy Jones and beat up B-Hop. We know who Roy Jones and B-Hop is.
Right?
Of course.
I know who that is.
He both of them. And then he retired. But I'm gonna look up his record, but he's like 40-something or something like that. But that's my point. Like Khabib, he's undefeated.
He's undefeated. He's undefeated, bro. But I would say, it's mainly the undefeated record what everybody's hyped up about.
Joey Calzaghe is 46-0, and he won 32 fights by knockout.
Never heard of him. Kev, bag of the trash. It's
good fighter though.
Could be the GOAT, UFC.
I say trash it only because I feel like 13-0 is nice, but he needs to play.
29.
He needs to fight a lot more fights.
29 as a full fight, but in the UFC because
29 pro, but 13-0 UFC.
UFC 13-0, but before professional fighting, 29-0. UFC, yeah.
Well,
I still think for that level, I feel like he needs more wins at that level, and I think he'd be back. I understand, and Khabib, I know you listen to us, so rest in peace to your father, but I think his dad is gonna come to him like in his dreams or something and be like, yo, what are you doing? I want you back out there. And I think he's gonna be back, bro. So to be determined is how I really take it right now. So
but I think
passionate for that. I agree with that.
Someone told me, but his mother told him to stop fighting. You heard Kevin's mother told him to stop.
His mother told him, he was saying that in his like post fight when he was talking about it. Like my mother told me to stop. I'm not going. I'm still going without my father.
They still mourning, bro. They still mourning, bro. He'll be back.
But also,
the man fought a bear and beat a bear. The man swimming upstream in a river. Like, come on, son.
Yo, he is a beast, but also, if you're doing overall GOAT, because obviously there's different weight classes. John Jones is also in the GOAT talk, because I don't see anybody being John Jones anytime soon. And who
GSP.
I think is my
I'm gonna get to it.
GSP too, but my UFC GOAT in his peak, in his prime, nobody was fucking with him. Silva.
Yeah, I'm also gonna get to it.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? That's who I got down. Obviously,
right
to the end of his career, shit didn't go, but peak prime, if we go on peak prime, his record may not show, but peak prime, nobody was fucking with Silva.
All right, Eddie, bag of the trash.
Yeah, love when I get stepped on. Guys, I was gonna get to it. So a couple things. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about the UFC. There was like super early where I was into it, and then just kind of got over it when everybody was, all over it. So if you Google UFC GOAT, Khabib shows up. Yes, he has his 29-0 professional record. Only lost 2 rounds. Obviously, the UFC is only a 3-round ballot. So he potentially only lost 2 out of 87 rounds. That's pretty freaking impressive, right? So here's something that we have to really understand, though, is that the UFC started in 1993. It didn't get super popular until about 2007. Now, in that time, you had guys like, again, currently you have John Bones Coke Jones doing what he's doing, or not doing what he's doing anymore because he's retired, but he's going to come back or whatever. But GSP did go 20-2. Well, whatever he is. GSP, who is 20.
I'm gonna let you take the tape, but he put out the video. He said John Jones said, I ain't retired.
Okay.
He said, I'm 32, 33. He said he's basically saying he was the GOAT. Khabib has to win more championships, and GSP has to come back and win 2 more titles for him to talk to him. Basically, John Jones.
Is he gonna fight Izzy? Is John Jones gonna fight Izzy?
I want him to. I think John Jones wins that, but
Izzy's gonna smoke him.
Hey, make your point.
So my point is that yes, there is a GSP who did go 20-2, and Anderson Silva who won 16 straight and potentially fought a little after his prime. Again, UFC is a gladiator sport. You can't do that forever. So I understand what happens when guys try to stay there longer. So for that reason, I'm going to trash it. I don't think the UFC is old enough to declare their GOAT. You know what I mean? Like we know who our GOATs are in our major sports. I think it's too early to proclaim a GOAT in a sport that has so many great athletes and so many of them that we've seen.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna trash it too, and I could be. And again, this is where I get to the prisoner on the moment, as well as UFC fighters fighting beyond their prime. Now, I respect Khabib for leaving while he's on top. The thing about, and I look at it as the golden age of UFC, that 2000s and 2007, when we had GSP, when we had BJ Penn, when we had Anderson Silva. Like, UFC to me, and again, I don't watch it as much as I used to. To me, I think those athletes were world class and like the best. I don't know if UFC, because I don't watch it as much, and it hasn't been good enough for me, to, at least in my personal opinion, to keep watching it. Or I catch somebody that I like, and then I'll follow them, and then I'll catch a few matches. But during that time, it was a lot of great fighters, a lot of great matches, and therefore you can have that debate. But people like GSP in his prime, I think, and again, that's because I saw GSP compared to what I see from Khabib. The mercenary GSP was, to me, his skill level will fucking tear Khabib up. And that's just my opinion. Anderson Silva, skill level in his prime will kill Khabib. Now, again, like Drew said, can't argue a motherfucker being 13-0.
It's a high weight class, though.
Yeah, but Anderson Silva is a motherfucker who will move back and forth just to show motherfuckers that they can't fuck with him. But again, to Drew's point, he 13-0, 29-0 professional. You can't really debate shit like that because I didn't lose. And we grew up in that era of UFC where it was shit the best.
Silver's too big, man.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when they have that GOAT talk and shit like that, it's again the people to me are prisoners on the moment because this is them seeing this GOAT, but they didn't really grow up in that time to say, like, yo, compared to what they were doing at this time, it's not the same. So I'll trash it. He's a great fighter. He will be one of the legends. He is one of the legends, but I'm trashing it. I've seen a lot more skilled fighters in the UFC to me that I think if he was plopped in that time, it would be a little different. But that's just my opinion. That's
GSP and him could afford the welterweight division, so that's why they match up Khabib and GSP. Silva for middleweight and light heavy, so that's a class above.
And
Silva probably would have lost the weight to go down and fight.
And that's what I'm saying. If this talk was at that time, Silva would have went down just to show them that and give his ass a front kick and knock him the fuck out. But that's my opinion. That's back in the trash. We're going to get into Marquee Misses week 8, Drew's Baby, of course, where we select our slept-on games as well as our slept-on players for week 8 of the NFL. Kicking it off to you first, Drew. Week 8, Marquee Miss, what do you have for your game?
There's only one. Pick the right one, Drew.
Ain't no only fucking one.
There's a couple.
There's
a couple.
Oh. No, wait. If I'm wrong, and this is on TV, I'm kind of blown. But it's going to be the Steelers and Ravens for me. Steelers and the Ravens.
I don't
be on TV.
That's going to be on TV. That has to be.
I'm not sure if it's going to be on TV. That's
Giants play Monday night, so Drew, it'll be on TV.
What game will be on TV? I can tell you which game's gonna be on TV. What game?
Steelers Ravens. That's like the matchup of the week.
Not on TV.
Locally.
Locally, it's not on.
It's on locally. That's
okay.
right. So that's my market matchup.
It's not on TV.
Okay.
Cop out.
Bills and Jets game is gonna be on,
cop out.
All right, Eddie, your Marquee Miss.
Easy pick. Easily the game of the week.
We're not. It's not good. My whole thing don't have to be on national TV.
I think all of our listeners are expecting to find a way to watch that game. Anyway,
of course, just like any other football game, we watch it for free.
Yeah.
We don't watch every game on TV.
What are you talking about? I pay for my sport. I pay for my sports. You should not illegally stream.
Red zone.
That's illegal. That's illegal.
Yeah, go ahead, Marquee Miss.
My sleeper game might not be a fan favorite, but I really, really want to determine what these two teams that are going against each other are. Both have 2 losses. Obviously, the Saints had a bye week this week, so they are 4-2. And the Chicago Bears, Dev's Chicago Bears, where you're from. You're not. It's not really your team. It's not your team, but it's where you're from. Got to represent where you're from. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints are bad enough to lose this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears are bad enough to or good enough to win this game, or bad enough to win this game. I think both these teams, there's a lot of question marks around them. We don't really know what the Saints are outside of Alvin Kamara, and you don't really know, and obviously Drew Brees. Michael Thomas is also on the trading block, so we don't know what's going on with him and Sean Payton. Emmanuel Sanders has been out with injury. You've seen these other A, B receivers stepping up with Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders out. But besides Alvin Kamara and the occasional Taysom Hill trick plays, we don't really know what the Saints team is. And the Bears just keep surprising people. I don't think Bears fans should be bragging about the fact that they're 4-2 or 5-2. But I also don't think that they should be happy that they're 5-2 either. I think this is the week where we determine who the Saints are, who the Bears are. I expect whatever. I don't know what the over/under is here. I didn't pull them up today, but I expect an over, and I expect both these teams to keep each other out.
All right, Kev, your Marquee Miss.
My Marquee Miss is the Titans-Bengals game, and I would not be upset if the Bengals upsetted the Titans.
That's not bad.
And I'm looking at that game your boy Joe Burrow don't like losing, bro. And I like to see that. So I think it could come down to the wire.
Losing, he don't got.
He gonna lose. He don't got no choice.
I feel bad. He doesn't have the defense to support him. That's the problem.
Right. He tries to win.
He don't.
He definitely does his part in regards
he be balling.
to them pulling out a game. The other side don't do their
side
part.
of the field.
Right, exactly. But
John,
who's your Marquee Miss?
I had 3 choices, but my Marquee Miss for this week is Patriots Bills.
That game's gonna be a snoozer.
No, it's not.
It's gonna be so boring.
Man can't come on fire.
And that game is gonna be televised, John. We're gonna have that game.
No, not.
Why
not for
wouldn't
us,
it be?
bro.
That's a 1:00 game. Why not?
Not for us.
They play on CBS. They're gonna be
And they
playing
got
the Chiefs
other
on
team
CBS.
playing.
Oh, they still on
Jet
CBS.
skis.
Not on Fox.
Fox has damn, I had it.
Raiders Browns or Vikings Packers?
Wanna know?
I think it's the Vikings Packers.
Oh, that sucks. I didn't even look at that. They are both on CBS. But that's dope though. I'd rather watch Patty.
Well, the way I pick my marquee miss, I don't pick my marquee miss based on what's not on TV. I pick my marquee miss on a potentially good matchup that most people will sleep on. And with this, I pick.
But I think
mine's good.
And no, I'm saying because I'm talking about more specifically to Drew because that's a great game that everybody will look forward to, but it's not on TV, so it's a cop out to me. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I coughed.
Yeah.
But
I actually want to see that game. I'm gonna try to find it.
I'm really looking forward to that game.
So to me, my marquee miss is a good defense versus a potentially good offense that's been showing that they've been putting up numbers late, but he a gunslinger. So you got the Colts defense versus the Lions offense. Will make a great fucking game.
Yeah, that's another game where we're gonna find out who those teams are. It's like, and like, what versions of those teams are we gonna get? Are we gonna get the one of the number one ranked defense Indianapolis Colts, or are we gonna get the choke artist Matt Stafford?
Also, Ed, my brother texted me while we were shooting this pod. He said, "Don't mention the line."
yeah.
Also, tell your brother that there's been times where on this podcast I say I go against the Lions, but in actuality, I go with the Lions. Last week on this podcast, I said fuck the Lions, and in the money pool, I said fuck the Lions, and it ended up costing me.
But also,
he was right once.
Right.
Fuck you, Justin. You don't know shit.
He was right last week. I think I went against the Lions.
The Lions won last week.
Yeah, Lions won the last 2 weeks.
Whatever, bro.
And he hit me up talking shit.
Also,
but realistically, I picked the Lions.
The Lions traded for Griffin from the Cowboys that used to play for the Vikings.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
I said Yannick Ngakoue got traded, but it was Emerson Griffin.
Emerson.
Yeah, you're right.
I was gonna bring it up, but I was trying to like bring it in there, but I just couldn't think of it.
No, in the honorable mentions, I was gonna mention it, but I couldn't think of his name of who left.
Emerson Griffin. Yeah, there's been like low key moves. Steve McClendon was traded. This was funny. Steve McClendon was traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for like a third-round pick from the Jets, and then he played that game with the Jets, even though he was already traded. So that was pretty fun.
All right, Drew, marquee miss player.
Marquee miss player. I'm going with Robbie Anderson of the Carolina Panthers when they go against
formerly of the New York Jets.
Formerly of the New York Jets. Yeah. But I believe that Teddy Bridgewater is gonna hook up with Robbie Anderson like crazy. They're gonna like fucking fling that ball over that field on the Falcons defense.
Yeah, let's not forget that. So when I did mention that, I don't know which team I was talking about being the worst defense. Oh, Seattle Seahawks being the worst defense, giving up over passing yards. The only team close to them is the Atlanta Falcons, who are number one, and the Seahawks are number two.
Yeah. They're gonna fling that ball.
All right, Eddie, who's your marquee miss player?
Okay, so now I realize I did not mention that because that was part of my sleeper player of the week, and that's going to be Brandon Ayukin. Every time I see his name, Ayukin. Dev, you're familiar with the Shryukin because you were flamed with that Shryukin over this weekend. So the reason why I'm picking, we are getting Kendrick Bourne, I believe, is back.
Ed, real quick. Ed did post down.
No, he did, though.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. If you follow us, you saw that Dev got smoked 140 to, what was the final score? 140 to 107. Great game by my team. Flaming out with the Shryukins. I am making a claim for my guy, Brandon Ayukin. I don't think I'm going to get him because there are a lot of teams that did lose. But fuck you guys if you try to take him. Fuck you guys if you try to take him.
I'm trying to get him.
I hope I get the claim before you.
No. Tim staff, it's like 4 motherfuckers in front of me. And I know you farther back than I am.
Yeah,
I know me and Kev is the bottom of the order, so we ain't getting.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you because guess what? We are sneaking up on you. Okay, watch out for my team. They always get hot late. So the main reason why I'm picking Brandon Ayukin is because the Seattle Seahawks have given up the second most passing yards next to the Atlanta Falcons. I did just mention that. So since I guessed Justin Herbert's stats, I'm going to guess Brandon Ayukin's stats. I think he had 100. He caught 6 catches on 9 targets for 115 yards last week with his past week. I think this week, and he didn't get in the end zone. I think this week he has 60 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Make me proud. I'm glad I'm not playing you, Dev, because I'm pretty sure you're going to end up with it.
All right, Kev, what you got? Marquee Miss.
I got Tua, man.
Okay.
I double checked it, and I thought he was playing the Ravens. He's playing the Rams defense, bro. That's a good first week for him to like get the jitters out. He might be seeing ghosts a little bit for Aaron Donald, but otherwise, I don't have an overall like complete faith in the Rams defense from week to week at least. You know what I mean? So
he's gonna have to go against Aaron Donald, who likes to hit quarterback.
Come on,
likes to hit quarterbacks.
That's easy. Man, Donald almost killed Alex Smith first game.
That's what I'm saying. He almost broke. Again, for a guy who is known to have injuries, I don't know,
bro.
man.
He's Samoan, bro. They're warriors, bro. I don't never count none of them.
I said nah,
bro.
All I'm saying is, who's our favorite?
All I'm saying is, John and Ed, I think he's ready, bro.
Yeah. What's my guy's name?
Basically,
Asuelu.
Kev just told me, Ed. Kev just basically told me, Ed, fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what he said.
What are you talking about? I think Tua is game ready, bro.
I'm not saying he's not game ready, but I'm just saying don't sleep on that Rams defense.
And as long as the receivers are on the same page with him, we're good, bro. You know how much problems people have with lefties?
Man, did y'all see
how much problems players be having with lefties?
Did you see
DB might get a hand on it and drop it.
So, Kev, you were a big fan of Michael Vick, and now you're a big fan of Tua. Their similarity is the left hand. You are familiar with the strangers.
Again, if y'all saw the Bears in the Rams game, Aaron Donald. The reason why Nick couldn't get off a lot of passes because Aaron Donald kept pushing that O-line in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kept throwing them up there. So I don't know about that, but we'll see. Johnny, who's your Marquee Miss player?
We'll see.
My Marquee Miss. Hold on.
Tonga, my Lola.
Because he's not gonna be a Marquee Miss on nobody's. My Marquee Miss is my man Ben DiNucci, the 7th round pick of the Cowboys, who's slated to start because Andy Dong
What's his name?
Okay, John. Yo, watch this kid cook, man. That should be funny as hell. That's gonna be sick.
His name is Ben DiNucci. It's spelled DINNUCI. I could be messing his name wrong. I could be pronouncing it wrong, but
Dodgers are 3 outs away. 3 outs away. Here we go.
All right, but my Marquee Miss player is from the same game that Eddie was from, and on the same team. But it's Jermichael Hasty.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let Mookie cook. Let Mookie cook. Told him stick to the game plan. Let Mookie cook, bro.
I see Jermichael Hasty having a good game. 60 rushing yards, probably like another 30 passing yards, and I see like 2 touchdowns from Jermichael Hasty.
While we're on this game, I just want to send our condolences to Jeff Wilson, who sat on my bench in multiple leagues. 3 touchdowns, had an awesome game. Looks like he has a high ankle sprain. Looks like he's going to be okay. Doesn't look that serious. He's not going to be out for the year, so good for him. But yeah, Hasty, that's a good pick. Also, another guy I'm trying to get. This is why I don't like doing this podcast. This is why I don't like doing this.
Also, shout out to the 49ers. They're always getting injured, but they want to blame back.
It doesn't matter who runs the football behind that.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
No, they wanted to blame.
We're talking about MetLife.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Shit at MetLife, and they still getting hurt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, true. They're just not healthy.
That's okay. That's more fantasy points for Kittle. I need that.
All right, that's Marquee Misses. Let's get into our pick'ems for week 8. Now, last week we had a 4-way tie.
How did I do?
Johnny, me, Drew, and Ed all were 9-5.
Yes.
I finally got on the board to be on the top.
I'm back, baby.
DQ was 6-8, and Kev was 5-9. Now, in regards to the season standing, DQ and John is tied for number 1 at 61-43.
Gotta climb that ladder.
Drew is next, 60-44. Mm-hmm. Then me, 58-46. Kev, 53-51. Eddie, 50-54. Now, let's get into our picks for week 8.
No more lies.
First game up, Atlanta Falcons versus Carolina Panthers. Drew, who you got?
Carolina. That's easy. Because
looks like it's Carolina minus 2.5. I think the Falcons will cover that. Over under is 49. I think that's the over. Carolina. Fuck.
Kev, who you got?
That's a tough one.
Atlanta.
John.
No, I was saying that's a tough one because CMC is also slated to return.
Yeah, but he's probably not going to get a lot of production.
I don't think he's going to return this week. It's most likely going to be next week.
I'm going to go Carolina.
I hate picking against the Falcons because they ass just look so good on paper. It's like,
they're
man.
Explosive, bro. They really are explosive.
That's why I say it's tough. It's like, do I really want to pick against them? I'm saying Panthers, but when we go to the money pool, I might.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned this though too, because again my headphones cut out. But that Atlanta game against the Lions, if Todd Gurley
bullshit,
if Todd Gurley took a fucking knee at the 1 instead of falling in the end zone, that would have been a different story. And I think Atlanta would have gone on this like little mini run here. Where they would have possibly won 2 games in a row, but I think the momentum is just gone, and they're deflated after that loss.
He was trying to stop. He said on the podium that his shit was stupid. Like I was trying to stop him, my momentum just fucking got me to the end zone and shit. Like
everybody's just tumbling. Everybody's just falling forward.
All right, I'm making my picks, and I am picking the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, we got the Colts versus the Lions. Drew, who you got?
Lions.
Eddie, who you got?
Colts are 2.5-point favorites. The over-under here is 50. I mean, the fucking Lions just throw a lot of touchdowns. T.J. Hawkinson's coming into his own. Trey Burton's coming into his own. Phillip Rivers is just the king of losing fourth-quarter games. So for that reason, I'm going to have to go with the underdog, the Lions. They will cover. They will win.
All right, Kev, who you got?
Yeah, I got the Lions too.
Johnny, who you got?
Lions.
I got, fuck you, Justin. I got the Colts.
Mama, what are you doing?
All right, next up, we got the Rams versus the Dolphins. Drew, who you got?
Just off of that defense, Tua might come in and do something, but just off of the Rams defense, I'm picking the Rams. The Rams defense is good. Like
they got a good offense.
Yeah, they got a solid offense too. Mm-hmm. All right, Eddie, who you got?
Rams are 3.5-point favorite. They're not showing an over-under here. I'm assuming they're accounting for the fact that Tua doesn't know We don't know what we're going to get from Tua.
Yeah,
Give me under 48 points and give me the favorite Rams. And the Dolphins should cover. They should cover. They should.
All right, Kev, who you got?
I got the Rams.
John, who you got?
But Tua is going to cook, though.
He's still cooking, lose. Joe Burrow's cooked a few games and lost.
Joe Burrow, man. Poor guy.
Who you got, John?
I said Rams.
Okay. Well, Fitzmagic should have been out there. I got the Rams. Next up, Raiders and Browns. Drew, who you got?
Raiders.
Eddie, who you got?
I don't want to pick this game at all. So we got. Oh, wait a minute. So it looks like the Browns are 2.5 point favorites. Over under is 54 points. I think that take the over all day. Darren Waller, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 1 touchdown. Derek Carr, total of 4 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield, though, is going to have 5. Kareem Hunt's going to go in for 2. John, you're a bitch for not taking that trade. You need wide receivers. Give me the Browns.
Yeah, who you got?
I should have seen the trade that John accepted in the other league, bro.
You said what?
What trade?
Should have seen the trade John accepted in the other league.
Yo,
what was it,
No,
Derrick
I got that
Henry?
kid out the blue. Like, everybody.
Hold on, John. What did I?
Wait, time out. John accepted a trade to send Derrick Henry to whoever for Tyreek Hill and Kareem Hunt.
No, it was David Johnson. I don't got
David Johnson.
That's a good trade. That's a good trade. That's a great trade for John.
Yeah,
that's a good trade for John. But John,
as soon as I seen it, I accepted it. But everybody complained about it.
John, let's talk about our trade that you denied.
What's that?
I said I will review.
You haven't reviewed it yet. Hold on. Let me see. I think you declined it, no?
No, I didn't no decline.
All right, you know what? We're going to air this out on air. We're going to air it out on air. So Johnny, who has Odell Beckham Jr. on his team, who is now out for the year, I think it's only fair that if I trade Kenny Galladay and Scary Terry McLaurin and I receive Kareem Hunt and Adam Thielen, it's only fair.
No, John, don't take that.
Why am I giving?
That's a good trade.
I have more teams than running backs.
That's a good trade. I need a running back. You need receivers. I'm giving you 2.
That's kind of a good trade.
That's a good trade.
But the way Kareem Hunt been cooking, though.
Yeah, but that's not going to be forever. Nick Chubb's coming back next week.
Yeah, I kind of was fine with that. Like, Johnny,
right. Okay, John, send me a counter offer.
All right. Hey,
no, I didn't lie to you. I said let me review it. Like, you brought it up to the pod and everything. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm airing this shit out, John. Let's go. I need that. I need that trade.
I put you on to a trade that I had in another league that I was dealing with because people wanted it. Well, it got vetoed. I accepted it, but my trade got vetoed.
No, that was a great trade. But Kev, who you got? Raiders, Browns.
I got the Raiders.
John, Raiders, Browns.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
I got the Browns. Even without Odell, I think they still got enough firepower to.
They still do, but I'm not gonna lie. I picked the Browns a lot because of Odell.
Yeah, because you're a Paul smoker. But all right, next up we got the Vikings and the Packers. Drew, who you got?
Oh, Packers. No doubt about it. Packers.
Okay, so everybody got the Packers except for me. I got the Vikings. Am I not lying? Is that the truth?
That is true. That is true. That is true. Although Justin Jefferson is going to light it up, and he's staying on my team, John, you can't have him. Just so we all know, Packers are 6.5 point favorites, and the over/under is 54.5 points. Give me the over, and the Vikings will cover. That's going to be a 3-point game. They're going to get some like bullshit, like garbage time points.
We're going to win this game. Vikings, everybody got the Packers. All right.
That's
all right, next we got the Pats versus the Bills. Drew, who you got?
Boo.
Bills.
Eddie, who you got?
I'm going to take the Bills. Hang on, I'm looking for. Where are you?
Bills,
okay, sorry. Bills are 3.5 point favorites over under 44. Cam Newton has COVID brain still. It's still foggy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He looks like he sucks. It looks like trusting the process and the system doesn't work. They had 13 defensive players opt out. Patriots fans don't care. They have Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, and they have Mike Vrabel in Tennessee. So what does it matter? It doesn't matter. Pats suck. Bills take the win.
All right, Kev.
And they won't cover.
Yeah.
And give me the under.
The Bills. The Bills will win.
Johnny, who you got?
The Patriots.
Yeah, I got the Bills as well. Next up, Jets, Chiefs. All around?
Yes!
Chiefs.
It's the Chiefs. And just so you know, I think this is possibly the largest spread compared to the last one we played the Bills. No, it's 19.5 points, and the over-under is 48. The Jets will not cover. They haven't covered in the last 4 weeks. So if you want to make some easy money, take the under because the Chiefs are probably just going to let the fucking backups go in the second quarter. What?
You know what I'm saying? 19.5, yeah, but Chiefs got to win by 20.
Yeah, so and they will. The Jets have not covered the spread at all year for the most part. And there's no way that – I think the Chiefs on their own score 27 points. I'm sure the backups will be in there by the second quarter, 100%.
And then again –
I think the final score of that is going to be like 38 to like 10 or 9.
No, nothing. We're not going to score any points.
And on the
Although, you know what? No. Denzel Mims will get a touchdown.
Yeah, and on the Pick'em app, they usually have the percentage of a team winning. It's 100% versus 0. Jets, Chiefs.
Let's go. Sit in the bomb. Enjoy the 0-16 record on your fucking record, Adam Gase. Enjoy it. You'll never get a job ever again.
The Chiefs probably going to win, but they're not going to cover spread. You know, a lot of people are going to be mad.
All right, next up, we got the Steelers. Because they ain't gonna play to their like ability. They're gonna be slacking this game, man.
They're not gonna run it up.
Yeah, right.
Once they up.
Le'Veon Bell's gonna want to cook. Tell you that much.
First half they're gonna cook and then they're gonna sit.
Le'Veon Bell's gonna want to eat. You looking for another boom this week? Start Le'Veon all day. He's got to be the running back 1.
He might cook because he might be the running back 2 in that.
Yeah, exactly. And they're gonna make Clyde take the day off. Yeah. Take the day off, Clyde.
All right, next up we got the Steelers Ravens. Drew, who you got?
Ravens. That's my second team.
You know what?
Right?
Just because Ed wants to be an asshole, Ravens, and that is my second team. So fuck you, Ed.
Yeah, I got you. I was helping you out. I was just trying to.
Nah, you trying to
long. It looks like, which I think is stupid. The Ravens are -3.5 favorites here. Over under is 46.5 points. I think the Steelers cover. I think there is an over. I think the Steelers win because the Ravens are frauds.
Nah, but let's be clear. This is a divisional matchup.
Frauds.
Always the fucking hardest. Yo, these
no fans in the stands. Frauds.
These two teams battle the hardest out of every fucking body in the NFL, bro. Like
history
the final of that game is gonna be 14-10 either way. It could go either way.
How you got it going, Kev?
I think the Ravens would have upset, so fuck it.
No, the Ravens wouldn't be the upset. They would. They're favorited right now.
They're the favorite.
Currently.
Yeah,
Currently.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about us that know what the fuck we.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right, John, who you got?
Steelers.
Yeah, John. Let's go, John.
I got the Ravens taking this one. Stopping the undefeated. You can't be undefeated forever. I think Lamar now pull it together. So I got the Ravens. Next up, Titans versus Bengals. Drew, who you got?
Titans.
Eddie.
Titans.
And a surprising over-under. The Bengals are plus 5.5 points. Over-under is 54.5 points. Give me the over. Bengals will cover. Bengals will lose. Titans.
Also, same Who's next to pick?
Yeah.
The Titans. The Titans are not like if you saw Ryan Tannehill's face, bro, after the kicker missed that game tying kick. Yeah, he's gonna light it up this week.
A kicker who doesn't miss kicks, like historically.
But I was looking at the game like, oh, I needed more fantasy points from AJ Brown.
Derrick Henry fell over for one. So I'm good.
John, who you got?
Titans. And I got player performance over. Derrick Henry's going over his rushing yards. Whatever his over-under is for his rushing yards.
Yeah, not a good rush defense for sure. So
Yeah, again, bad defense. Burrow gonna definitely do what he do, but it ain't gonna be able to, they're not gonna be able to match the Titans because of the Bengals defense being so bad. So I got the Titans. Next up, Chargers Broncos. Drew, who you got? Chargers Broncos.
Yo, why is it so hard?
Chargers. He got the Chargers. All right. Hey, who you got?
Broncos are 3-point underdogs, which is surprising.
Yeah,
that's weird. Over under is 45. Drew Lock's eventually. I know this was my sleeper team for the year. Obviously, the injuries did not help. I still think Drew Lock is a really good quarterback. Makes some really, really bad mistakes there with the interceptions. I like his spunk. I like his energy. But you know who I like a little bit more? The guy who did what I said he was going to do, Justin Herbert. So I'm going to take the Chargers. I think the defense will help cover the spread. And I'm taking the under, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to get that big of a performance out of Herbert.
All right. Kev, who you got?
Oops.
I got the Chargers.
John, who you got?
Chargers.
Yeah, I got the Chargers too. Justin Herbert's playing good. Locke is unpredictable, and then this running back shit. Gordon, Melvin Gordon, and
they got
Lindsay
issues right now.
Well, Gordon had strep throat and
two fumbles last week,
and a DUI, and Lindsay I think has another concussion. And Royce Freeman is completely forgotten. He was the guy that was taken higher. So,
right.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, yeah, I got the Chargers as well. We got Saints, Bears. Drew, who you got?
Bears.
Eddie.
Again, not for some reason not showing an over-under here. Bears are the 2.5-point underdog here. Again, this is my marquee match. This is when we find out what team is what and who they are and what they're about. I think the Saints have too much dysfunction going on over there. Maybe Sean Payton's head coaching is not working out the way he wants it to, although I think they'll repair it once Drew Brees gets out of there and they figure it all out. But I've doubted the Bears before. I've picked them before. I might have lied about what I was saying before, but this time I'm for real. Give me the upset. Let's say the over-under is going to be 45. I'm taking the over. Let's go Bears.
Kev, who you got?
Saints.
John, who you got?
The Saints.
I got the Saints as well. Bears is unpredictable team as well. All right, next up, Niners versus the Seahawks. Drew, who you got?
Niners.
Oh, smart man. Eddie, who you got?
Okay, Seahawks are minus 3-point favorites, which, again, close, but not that close to me. Over-under is 54.5 points. I told you guys, this defense isn't good. Brandon Ayuk's going to have 2 touchdowns. One of these running backs.
LA.
That's it. All right, it's official.
Congratulations.
Breaking news.
Congratulations to the LA Dodgers. They did it. They finally did it. They should have done it in this COVID season. They did it for Kobe, I guess. I don't think they did. I'm sure he was like a Kobe's he's a Phillies fan. No, wouldn't he be a Phillies fan?
But it's LA, baby. LA.
Yeah, I get it, but
LA about to shut down, bro. LA about to shut down. They got the crowd is packed in the stadium.
You know what's funny? I got a notification from CBS Sports. There's an article that they said that the COVID uptakes in LA is because of the Lakers won the championship.
And it's going to get that much worse with this one.
Yeah, word. You think they ain't about to go crazy out there?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, shit. Magic Johnson was there.
Hey, he's a part owner.
Right, he's part owner.
Yeah. And I didn't know that. And he ain't got no mask on talking to people.
Oh boy, and you know what he's got? The cure for AIDS.
He's got the cure for everything.
Magic can't get nothing.
Yeah.
But congratulations to the LA Dodgers for pulling it off. I said LA Dodgers. Yeah, right, LA Dodgers. But
LA Dodgers.
I was thinking Brooklyn, but I'm
that's old school.
Yeah, but
well, they finally won. They got it out of the way. They got the monkey off their back. Can they repeat?
Look at Kershaw crying and shit. He's feeling elated right now. But Kev, Seahawks.
Oh well. By the way, I picked the Niners.
Okay.
I don't know if.
Kev, who you got?
Seattle.
John, who you got?
Seattle.
I'm going
they
with
really
the
don't
Niners,
got a mask
man.
on, chilling, bro.
All that shit went right out the window. I got the Niners.
I mean, bro, like everybody's not wearing masks just because people playing the game is not wearing masks. Like, of course,
COVID's not real, guys.
If they want it, like after the game is done, they're supposed to all put on the mask after the game is done and shit. Like,
listen. The cure will be ready in 2 weeks.
All right, next up, we got the Cowboys versus the Eagles. Drew, who you got? Cowboys or Eagles?
Eagles. Cowboys trash.
Eddie.
This game is so bad that as of right now, what I'm seeing, I don't think I've ever seen this before, ever. It says off the board. I don't think that anybody wants to bet on this game. So if you are betting on the game, just bet the Eagles and take the under because, Johnny, who's that quarterback? Who's the quarterback for Dallas? Okay. Zeke has a fumbling problem, so they can't even run the football, so I don't even know what they're going to do offensively. Hopefully they trade away that whole team.
So you got who?
Oh, the Eagles, duh.
All right. Kev, who you got?
Eagles.
John, who you got?
I'm going with my guy.
Right, I'm about to say go with your Marquee Misses.
Oh, Cowboys.
All right, I got
Oh, shit, John.
Ew, I just said that? That's disgusting.
He said ew. I got the Eagles. And John, last up, your game.
Oh, boy.
This is Johnny's game.
Oh, boy.
Going to you.
So, John, who are you rooting for? Let's be real. Like, I just want to know who he's rooting for.
This one of those.
You voting for Tom, or you voting for?
This one of those Drew moments. This one of those Drew Lakers moments.
I'm not gonna lie. In all honesty, my man Eli playing. I know how I was going with this game, but Eli ain't playing.
So Daniel Jones means you're going with the Bucks.
So who you got, John?
I got a tie.
That's some bullshit, John.
Come on, John.
That's bullshit. This nigga said tie.
All right.
He got the Giants in this league, but the Bucks in the other league and shit.
Yeah, let's say that. Let's say that.
Funny? That's definitely what you're gonna do, but I was definitely gonna say Giants, yeah. And then when we get to the pool, I was gonna debate like, let me see if I can slip on that. Who's gonna do that?
There you go. So you pick.
Go Brady.
All right, Kev, who you got?
Ain't it Ed go?
No, I'm going the opposite.
We switched it.
Yeah,
for you.
Bucks is definitely winning that game.
Can you say that one more time?
Hey, what you got?
Dev, can you clip that? Can we have that clip so I have that forever? Okay, great.
I got you.
So Giants are 2.5 point underdogs over under 47 points.
Bro, just make your pick.
That's bad. They're not going to cover. Give me the under. Sorry, Buccaneers.
All right, Drew, who you got?
Bucks.
And I too have the Bucks. I thought y'all was gonna be Simpson pick the Giants. At least y'all At least y'all honest. All right, but that is the picks for Week 8. Check them out right here. We'll get
deep Giants out for a sneaker pick.
Oh, we'll see. He lying, but we'll see. All right, we'll get DQ's picks offline and add it here so you guys can see everyone's picks. But let's get into this last fucking segment, and that is Fab 5. Now, NBA season is over. We're a few weeks out, but we can't leave the NBA season until we give y'all our bubble top moments, our top 5 bubble moments. The best plays, best moments. Keep it. Hey, Eddie, I'm sure got an interesting list. Drew's been bragging about his list for about a week now, saying his list is fire. Johnny, I'm pretty sure got a Lakers list. So we will see.
And mine is below average.
And Kev's pretty much below average.
You'd be surprised. My list isn't really Lakers. I kept it. I don't know how y'all did it, but I did mine a little different.
You know what? I feel like we've done like 7 different versions of this list, so my list is just what I want this list to be, and you're gonna have to accept it.
But the crazy thing is, we haven't though. We've only did.
The only thing
I feel like we have. I feel like we did NBA like players. I think we did players. I think we did. Didn't we do like playoff moments? Bubble playoff moments?
No, we did
not do that?
NBA playoff moments.
I don't know. I just feel like we've done okay. It's fine.
It just feels repetitive.
Okay, so
saying at this point.
So now I feel bad about my list, but I don't care. I'm not going to apologize.
Okay, but look at it at this point. We'll be done with the NBA for a couple of weeks.
Thank God.
After this, unless something crazy happens. But when it comes to the Fab 5, we're away from the NBA right now. We'll get into baseball. Then we'll get more creative at that point.
And you might still be doing NBA because everybody.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do the role player thing, all-time role player.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like we'll be more creative after these next couple of weeks. We'll be more creative with it. Let's get into the NBA bubble top moments. Fab 5 from 5 to 1. And like always, kick it off with Drew at number 5. NBA bubble moment. What you got?
At number 5, the NBA bubble moment is the play-in tournament game between the Trailblazers and the Grizzlies. This game was just a fucking matchup. Ended off with Ja Morant scoring 35 and Dame had the highest scoring 13. The next one was CJ McCollum with around like 28. Yeah, CJ McCollum, and he went. In the second quarter, CJ McCollum went off in the second quarter. Like it was like a total different night and day. But it was that whole game was just like a great back and forth, 122, 126, and that is my number 5. So there you go.
That's a good pick. All right, Johnny, at number 5, what you got?
My number 5 is Devin Booker's 8-game stretch in the bubble. That is my.
I appreciate that. I appreciate any Devin Booker love.
Good shit. Kev, number 5, what you got?
So my list is just ran down a list of games that I saw and key moments that I loved, and I did watch a lot of the bubble, so I think it's pretty good. So my number 5, I got Jamal Murray's like eye popping up and under that they were trying to compare to MJ's.
The reverse.
Like and it was done on Bron. Like, watching that live, I was like, oh, no, this man just hot sauced that man in the air. Like,
right.
Whoop, not whoop. No, I think he finished right.
That was some nasty.
Yeah, he finished right.
He did, right. He definitely did. All right, Eddie, at number 5, what you got?
My number 5 is when they all got to the bubble. Fun fishing. JJ Redick shotgunning beers inside of a kiddie pool, and they were all playing video games. Everybody had a Twitch stream going. I believe they were all playing Madden once that came out too. LeBron was like the leader of that franchise league. So yeah.
Who had the wine cellar?
Oh, CJ.
No, it wasn't CJ.
No, he's on the Clippers. What's his name?
No, who? It wasn't.
Dude on the Clippers. The dude on the Clippers.
Who had the wine?
The wine. CJ McCollum?
I thought CJ or Bradley Beal won it. Somebody.
Trailblazers, bro, not the Clippers.
Well, then, so then it's CJ. It's CJ. It was, I'm sorry, Trailblazers, not Clippers. I apologize. CJ McCollum had the wine.
CJ is the reason why Durant think his neck here is a beard, bro. They got the same cut. I know you talking about, man.
Not a beard, son. Beard gang.
Beard gang.
Beard gang.
Beard gang, and then he went like this.
All right. My number 5 is Dame from the logo. One of the regular season 8-game shit versus Brooklyn. Dame pulled up from half court just because he's Dame and just pulled up from the NBA logo mid court and hit that shit. So that's my number 5. Drew, at number 4, what you got?
The 8-game win streak by Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. That like winning 8 games straight is a fucking like they did everything to get into that playoff tournament, but fucking Karis LeVert had to miss that shot against the Portland Trailblazers that just totally fucking crushed every ounce of life out of Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. But yeah.
All right, Johnny, at number 4, what you got? Johnny, at number 4, what you got?
At number 4, I got Dame time. You know, when Dame went that little like Blazers hot and it was Dame time. That's my number 4. Dame time in the bubble.
Dame time. Okay, cool.
All right, Kev, what you got?
So my number 4 is Dame time too, but most importantly, what you said, Dev, like watching him pull up from the logo, literally the logo. Like we could say half court, but it was literally the logo.
Yeah, word.
And that started, the foolishness about who's got more range between him and Curry. Obviously, Curry foolishness, but Dame got ice in his veins, bro.
All right, Ed, who you got for?
Rashawn Holmes, Uber Eats, breaking the bubble, crossing the line.
Yo, I almost put that on my list, though. I did. I'm gonna put that. It's another one. Oh, I already know where Ed list going. I know.
I know his number 1.
I know where Ed list is going. All right. My number 4.
That's actually a dope list. I actually fucked with Ed's list right now.
He got all the fuck shit that happened in the bubble. So at number 4, I got the emergence of TJ.
Come on, hold on.
What's up?
I just got the notification.
Justin Turner? Justin Turner? Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
What?
We're covering an active player for the Dodgers just say he has COVID.
Justin Turner was pulled mid-game because he had tested positive for the coronavirus, according to the broadcast.
And they just did all that. They just did all that hugging and rubbing and shit.
Unreal. Guess what, Dodgers? You got the ring, but you're all going to die.
They like,
oh, no.
We can quarantine now. It's over. But again, my number 4.
That's jokes. That's really jokes.
My number 4 is the emergence of T.J. Warren, specifically his 53-point game against the Sixers at number 4. Drew, at number 3.
Yo, it's Luka Doncic winning the fucking game in game 4 in OT with that game-winning shot over the Clippers. Man, that was – I remember I was at work. I'm watching that shit all throughout. I'm fucking sitting at the computer watching this shit on my phone, bro. Like, I fucking yelled when he hit that shot.
Superstar.
Like, coming and looking and like, what the fuck just happened, bro? Like, I'm watching this game. Luka, but that shit was wild, bro. Luka hitting the game-winning shot, game 4.
And especially because the Morris nigga was fucking him up that whole game and shit, and the Morris brother was trying to hurt him and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. In that game and the game before.
Right, exactly. John, at number 3, what you got? John, at number 3, what you got?
3. Oh, damn, right? Go that way. My bad. Number 3, I got Nuggets come back down 3-1. Both
Very good.
Tied. Both 3-1 comebacks. Tie for number 3.
All right, Kev, number 3.
My number 3 is Durant's number 4, so it's definitely Luka hitting that game winning 3 in OT.
I definitely
I remember watching that, and I was like, oh shit. Like, yo, this white boy might be nice.
Right.
That was my number 3.
I still don't believe the hype though.
All right.
The hype is real, bro. Luka's gonna kill this league, bro.
Ed, what you got?
So I'm sure you guys are familiar with the injury attorneys, Celino and Barnes. Unfortunately, Barnes passed away recently. So, we all know the number, 800-888-8888. So Celino changed his number to now Celino, 888-555-5555. Apparently, there's a big dispute there. But the greatest hotline, that was the greatest hotline ever, 800-888-8888. But the snitch hotline was possibly the best thing to come out of this bubble. So that is my number 3, the snitch hotline.
No, it's funny you bring that up. Homie died in questionable
plane crash, right?
Supposedly.
Yeah.
It was like a plane crash, right?
Yeah, it was a plane crash. I heard there's a lot of fighting in the background, but
yeah, you know who he could have used and who his family could have used? Celino and Barnes.
Mm-hmm. Fucking guy. Next.
Sorry.
So yeah, Ed got
R.I.P. to Celino.
Ed got the whole fuck shit list.
Barnes.
But my number 3 also is John's, because I told him that these boys was going to upset somebody, and they did what I said they was. Denver beating the Clippers, man. They wasn't playing, and I called it. So that's my number 3. Number 2, Drew, what you got at number 2?
My number 2 was game 1 of the Utah Jazz and Denver Nuggets game where both Jamal Murray and fucking Donovan Mitchell went off, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they did.
Donovan Mitchell with 57, and then Jamal Murray, which this whole game right here was just a coming out party for Jamal, scoring 35. Both of them went crazy this game.
And then that series, he did the 360 layup where he did a spin. And did
I don't think it was this. Was it this game?
No, I don't. I said that series. I don't know exactly what game it was, but it was that series.
But definitely this game 1 was memorable just because of those 2 players right there, Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray. Yeah.
All right, John, number 2.
Number 2, AD game 2, Western Conference Finals. AD for 3.
That's an honorable mention on my list.
That's an honorable mention.
That shit was trash. Okay.
I hate her.
Kev, what you got?
What? My number 2. My number 2 just again. I feel horrible for this kid. He's filthy. He reminded us he's got ice in his veins. He hit a game-winning shot over the Clippers. It was 115 to for him to win it. Devin Booker.
David Booker, man.
I'm like, yo, it's ice in this kid's veins. Watching that whole game.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much he had in that game. He had like 30 some points or some shit in that game.
Probably because he was putting up.
That game was filthy, bro.
He did the reverse layup fall away.
Bro, he was able to do whatever he wanted to that whole game.
Where that whole fucking bubble he was. But Eddie, what you got at number 2?
My number 2 is Daniel House sneaking in that COVID nurse. Daniel House, shout out to my guy. Trying to just get, and then he tried to sneak in an Instagram model too. I mean, my guy was just trying to get some. Like, how is that? Why is that breaking the rules?
And he chose a woman that was safe. She was a COVID doctor, bro. the safest joint in that whole bubble right now.
I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying.
Safest joint in that whole bubble.
Hey, she was going too. So at number two, I got Jamal Murray's reverse layup. It already appeared on the list. I think it was Cavs number 5 before one of those. But yeah, the double pump reverse with the right over Brian. Dope moment. So that's number 2. All right, getting to number 1. I can't wait to see Eddie's number 1.
Yeah,
I thought that was number 1. So number 1. 5-5 bubble moments. Drew, what you got at number 1?
My number 1 was the battle between LeBron James and Jimmy Butler game 5, bro. Like, if you really see like that, I would say at that 6-minute mark. Yeah, I know y'all doing the same shit. All right, cool. If y'all
a few seconds to realize.
Oh man,
that's gonna be a clip, Roy.
God, I fucking love this podcast, man. It's so fun.
As that 6-minute mark, it was just like, yo, it was like, fuck it. It was like LeBron James get the ball. He scored. You got down the second one. Is Jimmy Butler. You know where the ball was going to. It was either Jimmy Butler's getting that fucking ball or LeBron's getting that fucking ball. And it was just magic, bro. Like that battle was just cake. Like you saw it and capitalize it. You saw how Jimmy Butler was like, he put it out all on the line at that point. You saw it. I was over the fucking, I think, the sideline shit, he was just gassed. Where you see him hunched over the table and shit.
Yeah.
Putting his heart out there, bro. Like that fucking segment was just game magic, bro.
Yeah, thank you, Drew, for the elaborate number 1. So thank you for that. Johnny, at number 1. What you got?
Lakers winning the championship. Lakers, bro.
Lakers.
I like it, baby.
Number 1 for John. Lakers winning the trip.
That's
right.
my
You can put it down as they did it for the Mamba.
Yeah, they did it for the Mamba.
Good bubble year for LA right now. Kev, at number 1.
My number 1 is definitely the same as Johnny's, but literally what I wrote, Brown wins it all despite the pressure, despite the haters, despite everything. Brown gets himself another ring, and the memory of the late, great Kobe Bryant.
Okay, I'm going to go next. We're going to save Eddie's one. So,
okay.
My number 1 is just Devin Booker.
Thank you. Hey, my guy Devin Booker getting love.
So just Devin Booker, 8-0 bubble regular season. Multiple games like cooking. He had the 59 game, the 50 game, the 49 game winners, reverse layups. And nigga was dunking on niggas. He was doing everything. Like,
he was
automatic. He was definitely automatic. Whatever he
went first in that train. So, he was the front. He got to go first.
Oh, gotcha. Anyway, so number 1, Devin Booker. That's all right. Eddie.
Has
saving the best for last. Eddie,
that's
number
right.
1.
Don't disappoint me, Eddie.
Bubble moments. What you got?
Don't disappoint me.
Lemon pepper wings.
There we go. There we go.
My guy Lou Will came back from a funeral, got the munchies, just wanted to go get some food, and Jack Harlow just so happened to be a snitch and take a picture and be like, hey, this was from a long time ago. Meanwhile, they're wearing masks. Like, why the fuck we are wearing masks?
Tell him where he went to, son.
I don't know where he went. He just went to go get food at a fine establishment.
King?
No.
APL in this.
I don't know what else they do there. All I know is that everyone goes there for the wings.
That's true.
And thighs.
That's true.
And breasts.
I guess.
And legs.
And legs
as well.
But the wings are the best.
On the bottom.
And that's our list. Eddie got the best fucking list, man.
I know.
And with the best list for our episode 28, 5 Bubble Moments. We're done. We're done again. Another one bites the dust. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like always, this is brought to you by Culture Capsule and sponsored by Don's LLC. We all got our OSA shirts on except for John, and I knew why John didn't have his on because
he came in, so I had to rap.
He had to rap. But if you would like a OSA shirt, hit us in the DMs. We'll make sure we get one to you. Shipping and handling included, all that shit. You're gonna have to put them on first. But all that good shit. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, watch, rate, stream, share. Just fuck with us, man. We doing this shit. We doing it for the culture. Shout out to the Dodgers for getting that chip tonight. Shout out to LA for having a great sports year so far. Maybe the Rams are winning championship. But anyway, got the whole crew here except one. Just DQ will be here next week. Got Drew here, Eddie's here, Kev's here, Johnny's here. I'm here. And like always, Ed.
Mandalorian season 2 comes out tonight at 12 o'clock. Please watch it. Happy Halloween. We out.
Don't know.